everyone, and welcome back to Dragonriders, a Song of the Damned. My name is Peter OPB. I'm your Dungeon Master. I'm joined, as always, by Calum, who plays Agis, Tommy, who plays Sorrows, Alex, who plays the Ruined, and Moog, played by Samo. Almost fucked up, but I didn't. I just switched around at the end. Yeah, we were talking just before we went live that we're now on session 40, and I thought I'd grab some quick stats for y'all. The first session of Dragonriders was uploaded on the 20th of Jan 2024. So that would be like a little bit after we actually played. Yeah, that was on a Saturday, so we started on the 17th of January. So it's a year and about 2 weeks-ish, maybe 3 weeks.
Nice.
And just as like a comparison point, Sundered Empire was 19 sessions, Star Wars Leviathan was 22 sessions, and Star Wars Hand of the Republic was 22 sessions. So double the length of Sundered Empire so far, and nearly double the length of the other two.
Like Sundered was already really long, at least feeling-wise. The fact that this is already over twice as much is crazy.
Yep. Alrighty. So, previously we had a little bit of a shorter session, but previously in Dragonriders we had the heroic Moog and the Ruined, along with their companions, traveling across the Ultrium Mountains, which, let's go over to the map of Terral so we can actually show stuff. That was kind of bogus. There was no loading screen for the stream. Anyways, they were traveling across the Ultrium Mountains here. When you were set upon by a group of wraiths, you fought them off, and Moog turned one of them into a snail, and then he turned himself into a... What did you turn yourself into? A hippogriff or something? Or griffin?
Yeah.
Griffin. And then picked it up and dropped it off into a ravine. And then you continued on your way to Oriss. Meanwhile, Agis and Sorrows continued prepping for probable war. Sorrows went around and questioned the prisoners. Didn't make it that far into questioning them, but you know, he gave it a good, honest effort. I think the main thing that he learned was that the Inquisitor that you have imprisoned, Adrian Croyveron, is a true believer in that cause, and so it would be hard to convert. There's maybe a hint that the governor, Dahlia Cast, is maybe a little bit more pragmatic, but also still thinks that you're in the wrong and that Arzamor is going to be better for her in the long run. Agis also questioned the governor, and Agis also revealed his feelings towards Kypheria.
I forgot about this.
Nothing happened.
Kypheria kind of accepted the admission of, you know, feelings, but also was like, I don't even know how to process that right now, so just like bear with me, essentially.
She's gonna tell that Sorrows is gonna kill me.
And then Moog and the Ruined got back to the area around Oriss, and that's where we're going to kind of pick up and go back over some of what had happened. Okay. And we got Moog, and we got the Ruined, and we've got your companions, which are Root Beer, everyone's favorite little halfling, Fienzin, and Goldtooth, who's no longer raging. That's incorrect. As you are traveling towards the city, and you're a couple of hours away at this point, you hear something across the dunes, and you see in the distance some smoke emanating above the dunes. It's the sort of smoke that's not like, a building on fire or anything like that. It resembles campfires. It's smaller, but multiple of them.
Did Ruby get new art?
Again, has had that artwork for ages.
No.
Literally, first session she was in, when she was just an NPC with a generic stat block,
It's been a while,
had the
man.
generic artwork, followed by every session afterwards she's had that artwork.
It's been a while.
You're also just... Apparently one of our players has a fever right now, and you'd think at this point it's Calum, but...
Yeah, root beer.
Anyways, yeah, you see campfires basically over the dunes. It is daytime. You're maybe an hour and a half away from the city. What do you want to do?
Just get to the city.
Is this part of the journey still?
This is technically, at this point, the journey has ended, because I believe
Oh,
I gave XP to everyone for the journey. I think
All right.
I think so.
Could I? How far away does it seem? Sorry.
Maybe 20 minutes over the dunes.
So there's not any chance of us stopping for a long rest after this. If it's
sorry.
it's quite early in the morning, isn't it?
I mean, you can long rest whenever you want, technically, while this isn't part of the journey in the sense of... It's part of the journey in terms of getting to use your rerolls and what have you. It's just that the journey technically was already resolved last session, so that also means you can't take a long rest during the journey. So you'd have to actually get to your destination before being able to long rest. But
I think we should at least take a bit of a closer look. Maybe get up to some dunes like a little bit further away. Maybe see if there's like a spot we can find that's a little bit, higher up, and try and look from afar if possible.
okay, you happy with that, Moog?
Yep, that's fine.
Alrighty. You kind of take a bit of a... by the way, it's worth noting, the fires are not in the direction of your path towards Oriss, so you can avoid them. But it's visible from you're facing the direction of the city. You can see it off to the left, essentially. Okay, so you navigate around some dunes, kind of taking a circumnavigation route to kind of like not just walk directly into them, and take yourself up on a dune, not super close, but like close enough that you can see. And so you can roll a stealth check if you want. You're going to automatically get a +10 anyways due to the distance and the fact that you're not having campfires or anything like that. So,
I mean, if we were to do that, I would roll pass without trace anyway, which would give us another +10. So I don't think it.
Do you have limited uses of that or anything like that? Because
No,
you used it to get into the city at the end of last session as well.
My staff gives me free uses of that. Can
Cool.
use that whenever.
Yep. All right. So you're going to get a +20 on this then. Don't roll on that one,
Sure.
basically. Flirting with danger, Moog.
Almost.
Alrighty.
Oh, I didn't actually roll a stealth check.
Well, it's
Oh, well.
fine. It's 22 at the minimum plus whatever your stealth bonus is.
23.
Alrighty. So, you kind of crawl up over the edge of this dune and look over, and what you can see before you is what is a multitude of tents, like hundreds of tents, out in front of you. All of them are purple and gold emblazoned. Not all of them, sorry. Several of them are purple and gold emblazoned, which kind of indicate commander tents and such like, because purple's a rich cloth. The others are more generic. There are also flags flying from various poles, flag poles shoved into the sand. I don't think you have spy glasses or anything like that.
I don't.
Let me check.
I'll also check for Root Beer, who genuinely might have one, given the fact that they were a sailor. They do not.
No, I don't think so.
Alright, so you can make me just a intelligence check to try and guess based on the colors, but you're not going to get any detail about like any insignias or like the people that you can see roaming around without getting closer. Alright. It's a day. It's a day of twos apparently so far. That's 3 twos in a row. Alrighty. Then I'm not going to give you any more information. You can still, as a player, use your intelligence to have a guess, but I'm not giving you any more information that might indicate stuff to you.
Hey, Alex.
Yeah.
Has anyone ever told you that you've got puppy dog eyes? You've got mad puppy dog eyes, man.
What? Is
Tommy, do you ever look
is
at
this
Alex and
a
just crumble?
is this a crumble
Yeah, I knew you
moment?
were gonna
Yeah,
say
like
that, yeah.
fucking puppy
I
dog
just
eyes.
looked
What
at
are you
the
on
screen
about, man?
and saw the camera zoomed in on your face. It's like you're about to beg me for some of that bread and butter.
Yeah,
Is that a euphemism?
I hope not.
See, I often get told I either look miserable, confused, angry, but never puppy dog eyes.
It's I suppose you could say that's a form of sadness.
I guess. Is there a way of being able to like privately see the map?
The world map?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Privately.
Yeah, is there a particular reason why you want it to be private, or do you just want me to bring everyone over?
I mean, it's fine if you just want to bring everyone over. I just meant as if like if there was a button for me to just press to like see the map, but
That's an alarm going off. Sorry about that. Actually, I should be able to make it so that you can just do it yourself, yeah. Alright, all players, you should now see at the top of your screen the ability to launch the map of Terral if you want to.
Also, you can see the map in your journal as well.
That too. But, only thing I don't think is you won't be able to
Nice.
manually move or automatically move yourself back to the previous map, but I can always just pull you over that way.
How do I go to the other map now?
The map of Terral, you can click it up at the very top of your screen. You should see the option. If you don't see anything, there might be a little arrow at the very top of your screen, top left.
Oh, yeah.
And then that will
Toggle
like reveal.
navigation.
Yep, there you go.
Didn't do anything. But oh wait, never mind. It was covered.
So I can see the colors of the banners, right?
Yep.
Could I roll a history check specifically against them?
Sure, you can give me a history check. It's going to be a high DC with just the colors.
Okay.
Oh, that's not 20, so...
Nailed it.
Those are the colors of the royal family of the Kingdom of Oriss, which is the kingdom you're in. But it's the royal family's colors specifically.
Ah, right. So if we've ousted them, that's probably not a good thing.
Well, you haven't ousted the royal family, you've ousted the governor of Oriss. Oriss is not the capital.
Oh, okay.
Oriss is
rip.
the capital. So,
Yikes.
and with that 20 kind of, merges all the things together. This is the army of Oriss, an hour and a half away from Oriss.
Can we see any other, like, smoke coming from anywhere else, or is it just this location?
Just this location.
Okay, so we can sort of safely assume, at least on this side, this is their army. Can we make out a rough estimate of number of tents?
hundreds of tents. Each tent would hold multiple soldiers, so you're looking at probably, with a nat 20, I'll give you, in the rough estimate of maybe 2,000.
2,000, okay.
Which I'm going to say is also with a nat 20. You would be able to surmise that 2,000 people laying siege to a city, it's not impossible. It's also not ideal. It's not a great number. That would be a better number if you were going to try and starve out a city or something like that. But if you wanted to actually like lay siege and invade, again, doable, but it's a bit on the small side.
Okay. And what side of the city are we at the moment?
Southern side.
Southern.
Right. Where you and where the army are, kind of to the southeast of the city currently.
Cool.
Alright. I'm assuming you relay that to your party?
Yes.
Okay, what do you say?
Well, looks like we may have to inform our friends of, this. Quite a number of troops, maybe not, as many to take the castle as they'd hope. Well, city?
City.
City. But maybe we should still give them a warning anyway.
Is this close enough to the city where the city could see them as well?
Nope. Maybe see the smoke if someone was like being really eagle-eyed, but yeah.
Okay.
Do we have all of our horses and stuff with us?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna pull out the sending stone.
Bless you.
Thank you. You pull out the sending stone?
Right, let me think about this. "25 words, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hello. Royal family troops. 2,000.
Is 2,000's 2 words.
Uh, 1 hour 30 away, south. Enjoy.
You got 13 words left.
I'm off now. Ke. I'll fill it up.
Alrighty.
Oh man, I'm glad Celeste has the sending stone still. Oh man, he gets to deal with that.
And then I'm gonna grab Moog's hand, like not like roughly or anything, just I'll just sort of grab it and then put the sending stone in it and say, "Well, I wasn't kidding. I really am off now. Would you do me a favor and just continue on to the city and help my friends for a bit? I kind of have some important stuff to do. Yeah. Thanks." And I'm gonna walk over to shout before anyone can say anything and start just packing my bags.
Yeah, I won't say anything. I'm just blinking. I'm like,
What sort of stuff? Says Fienza as he walks over to your horse.
Things that could potentially help us turn the tide.
Okay, is there any reason why you're being secretive with us?
There just isn't really much to say, to be honest. I don't really have much of a plan myself.
Huh, alright. You don't want to bring anyone with you?
You fancy coming?
Not me, I'm afraid, but... He looks at Root Beer and Goldtooth.
Hey! Either of you want to come with me?
Roll me a persuasion check, I guess. Yeah, okay. You can have one of them. Which one do you want?
Goldtooth.
Goldtooth nods and goes, sure. Then he pauses for a moment and says, you mentioned this wizard Dai. He's in Oriss.
Indeed. I'll be leaving him alone, so you needn't worry about me hurting him.
He turns to the others then and just says, let him know I'm here. It means that the others are probably here too. Alright, let's head out.
Perfect.
He just nods sternly at the others. He doesn't say anything like goodbye. Alrighty. Well, you just watch them walk off into the distance.
Yeah, I haven't said a word since. I'm just standing here completely stunned. I'm like,
Who's gonna
What
milk
just
Moog now?
well, Agis. Your time has come.
Oh fuck. Come on, man.
Come on, let's get to the city. Says Fienza.
They take 2 horses with them or just 1?
I think just one, right? Because you would have only had...
I definitely would have taken Shaq,
Yeah, you took
obviously,
Shaq.
but
You didn't have Aemon, you didn't have Elenia, you didn't have Horse, and you didn't have Silas, and you didn't have Giraffe. So yeah, the only horse you even had was Shaq, and then
Okay,
Fienza
never mind.
has his Griffin. So,
Okay.
but Fienza's not going to give you his Griffin if he's not going. So you still have,
Understandable.
between Moog, Rootbeer, and Fienza, you still have a Griffin, and then obviously Moog can transform. So,
Good enough.
alrighty. Cool. You then head on into the city. Obviously, last session we also did the whole, there was a patrol closer to the city that you managed to pass without trace from. So that still happens. And then you make it into Oriss. What do you guys do when you arrive in Oriss?
I believe we know that they're in the palace, right? That's what they told us.
Believe so, yeah.
Probably just make our way over there then. I assume it's not really hard to find.
No, not very. There is a small guard contingent outside. How do you try and get past them?
Like at the entrance or at the outside of the palace?
They're not like right outside. So if you think of the palace as having like a large courtyard and garden and what have you, and then there being a kind of gateway towards all of that, which is in the city proper, streets lead to it. There are guards at that gateway, but they're not like right on that gateway either. They're just kind of generally in that area.
Is it busy there?
Reasonably.
Would it be plausible to think that if I were to cast Pass Without Trace, that we could like kind of wait for a moment and slip through? 1 second, wait.
Damn. He looks so small in his sick little frame, his little blanket, so far from the camera. I don't think he'll survive the winter.
My dad wanted to know how the fever was.
Alrighty. Yeah, you could probably, if you timed it, it's going to be difficult, so I'm going to give a +5 to the perception rolls. But, you know, you're getting a +10 from Pass Without Trace, so...
Okay, this time I'll actually roll still. That's
a 16.
sad.
Doable, but we'll see. I got that 20.
Damn.
Stop right there, says a guard as you all are like Scooby-Dooing your way into the palace gateway. Are you mad? Have you not heard about the dragon?
Oh, I have. I'll Can I roll a some kind of check to see how much money would be a lot of money in this place? Like, is this like a poor place? Is it like a wealthy place?
Sure. Roll me an insight check. With a 16, the city as a whole is a bit of a mixed bag. The area you're in right now is probably kind of like middle class, reasonably well off, not struggling too much, but, you know, not super affluent. It is readily apparent from anywhere that you walk in the city, and even before you even got to the city, you could see it from afar. The palace is incredibly rich and stands massive and as this giant declaration of power above the city. You have these giant marble domes that you can see from pretty much anywhere within the city. The outskirts of the city, when you are walking in, incredibly impoverished.
Okay.
If I was to give it a scale of 1 to 10 on the overall treating their citizens well scale, I'm gonna give it like a 3.
Damn.
There's room
okay,
for improvement.
Okay. I'll take out 20 gold, and I'll say, you know, there's a lot of, well, expensive stuff in that palace. Can you let me through and look the other way? This can be yours, and I'll like kind of play with the money in my hand. Hey, if I die in there, I mean, what's it to you, right?
Roll me a persuasion check. Give me one moment. You trying to bribe me? Stop. You have violated the law.
I'll take 10 more gold pieces.
Alrighty, you can roll me another persuasion check with disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Hey, that's better.
It's one better.
By one.
Doesn't matter how much gold you offer, you can't buy me. Now, either move along, or I'll put you in cuffs and make you regret it.
Would. I mean, this is a big ass fucking palace, right?
Mm-hmm.
Surely there's not just one entrance.
There is one entrance that, horse riders or pedestrians would be able to walk through. Doesn't mean that's the only entrance. It's the only entrance that's designed for people to walk through. Also, you hear you don't hear anything. You hear a voice in your head. What the fuck? Ruined. What is going on?
What the fuck?
It's Celeste's voice.
Yeah. Which I
He
don't actually
doesn't
know.
even fucking know.
Yeah, I haven't even.
It's just a random guy in his head.
And I mean, if I've never had a sending stone, this would be like some fucking deity talking to me or some shit. I'm like, what the fuck's going on?
You can also feel some warmth from the sending stone, so you can surmise it's from the sending stone, but yet you don't know who it is. And also, you can't respond because the sending has been used for that day.
Yeah. Would there be any... I mean, I know this is a stretch, but I feel like most people would have fled from the palace.
Mm-hmm.
Would there be people that I could find that maybe have worked there, like cooks maybe, or like just people that work there
Yeah.
as whatever? I would maybe specifically look for cooks, maybe.
Okay. Also, we have some people in the chat who've been watching my GTA streams. Hello. We don't super interact with the chat while streaming D&D because I want to focus on the RP with these lot. But hello. Thanks for stopping by. The ERP.
That as well.
Thanks for stopping by to hear Calum fart on camera.
Has he done that?
He just did.
I didn't hear it. Oh, that's all right. Damn. Good friend here, just fucking...
Oh, I'm always here to throw my friends under the bus.
Alright, you want to go and try and find a cook. What would be the role for this? Investigation?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Alright.
Oh yeah, my investigation's 6. Not the worst, I guess.
Not the worst. Alright. You don't find anyone with like a kind of cursory, I don't know, spending an hour or so. You could try and spend a downtime trying to do it though, which would then, I would look up what the downtime activity for that would be and what the mechanics of that will be.
Would I maybe find someone other than like a cook, just maybe servants or whatever?
With a 12, you can start to get people who are like, oh yeah, no, I know some people who fled from the city, but like not where they are currently, sort of thing. Not fled the city, fled the palace, sorry.
Would I have maybe found an entrance while looking for people, considering I spent an hour?
Not with a 12. Other than the fact that there's a wall around the palace that you could try and climb up and then jump over.
Good idea. Okay. This might go terribly wrong, terribly whatever. But I will task the ensign to talk to that guard again. And I don't care how he does it. But I want him to try and... It's just that one guard standing there, right?
There
That
were
could
multiple
actually
guards
stop us.
around, but there was only one guard who talked to you.
Okay. Okay, still, I want to try this. It's fun. I tasked the ensign to talk to that guy, and however he does it, I don't really give a shit. Somehow try and figure out the animal that guy's most scared of.
Alright. Yeah, sure. Is Fionzen's literal response as well as the Dungeon Master's response.
Yep. And I'll stand back, like, in the crowd somewhere, like, 10 feet, maybe 15 feet, whatever. And I'll wait.
Hey, he says as he walks over to the guard. Did I hear you right? Is there a dragon in the palace? He says, looking up at the dragon and kind of feigning concern. Yeah, there's, dragon flew in and attacked the palace. Has been set there ever since. Huh. Yeah. I've heard of people who've slayed dragons. They can't be that tough, he says with a smirk. You just need to get a good adventuring party, he says, shrugging. You know, people who do anything for money. Well, there was actually a group that went in there, but they never came out. It sounds like the reward would be higher, says Fienzan. I mean, if it was a giant scorpion, then maybe I'd be concerned. A giant scorpion, that's par for the course in a desert like this. Dragons, trust me, are much scarier. Really. What would be the thing you'd be most afraid of then, if not a giant scorpion? We got there in the end. He got a nat 20, for fuck's sake.
Bro, that guy's the final boss.
No, Fienzan got a nat 20.
Oh, okay, never
The
mind.
fucking stupidest plan ever, and Fienzan gets a nat 20 and is also pretty good at persuasion. What is this guard going to be most afraid of? Other than dying alone.
Damn. Could cast Blight on the fucker.
Trust me, if the palace was filled with harpies, then maybe we'd have a problem.
Harpies?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
I mean, I've killed harpies before. They're nothing, says Fienzan. I mean, a lot of them is a problem. They can control your mind, says the guard. Is there nothing more sacred than a brain? Well, they can only control the weak-willed, says Fienzan with a smirk. You're insulting me, citizen. I didn't mean anything of it, says Fienzan. Sorry, I'll leave you to your duties. And he wanders back into the crowd, finds you, and says, he's afraid of harpies.
I'll give him a dissatisfied look. Like, How long would a downtime be?
Down
Is
to
that 8 hours?
8 hours, yeah.
Fuck. I mean, let's fucking face it, we could just fucking fly in there.
Yeah?
Yeah, fucking let's do it.
Alright.
I'll go into like an alleyway, transform, fly in there, boop.
I'm guessing you let root beer fly on you?
Yeah, definitely.
Alright. Alrighty. What would other people be doing on this fine day?
Well, I know what Agis is doing.
Stop it, you can't make me.
I heard that.
I'd probably be doing my downtime shenanigans. Oh, wait, I did my downtime shenanigans, didn't I?
Yeah, this is a new day though.
And I failed.
Timelines are finally realigned. It's a new day. It's a new dawn.
Yeah. Oh, fuck about
Yes.
Man, I'll just be fucking about the palace.
All right. Whereabouts in the palace?
Yeah, they got a library. I'll be fucking around with
Alrighty. What about you, Sars?
That's a good question. I'd probably just be looking around the palace, see if I can come across any more evidence of any kind, or maybe like a secret passage or something.
Alrighty. Roll me an investigation check.
Because
You've managed to get yourself lost in the halls.
fantastic.
Have you seen that? I'm assuming you've seen
Oh, it
that
really is
that,
the date.
that meme of the weekend where he's like lost in the Hall of Mirrors during the like live performance or something, and he's just like staggering around.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's you right now. Alrighty. So,
Roses for his
oh, my OBS be broken. Oh, are we back? No, I saw Samo briefly move. All right. Technical difficulties. How'd the call go, Discord? Bad. Things broke.
Hello?
Forgot the
Hello.
thing. Hello.
Did Discord just crash or something?
Yeah, pretty much.
yeah.
Alrighty. So. Moog, how far do you fly in your griffin form?
I mean,
Like, do you fly directly into the palace itself, or do you like land on the roof, or do you like just fly into the gardens?
is the door to the palace that just open? Can
The
I
door,
just
the
fly?
doors to the palace are missing.
I mean, considering I probably don't want to run around and just looking for people, I would probably just fly around. Could just fly into the palace, I guess, considering the doors are gone. I would probably just land here, right next to them,
Alright.
if the dragon lets me. That is.
Yeah, I was gonna say you might reconsider that, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. Alright, you swoop in on in griffin form with root beer on your back, and as you swoop down low to kind of come in you know, into this hold on, why are you misbehaving? Alright, that shouldn't be how that works, but that's fine. That button's just not doing what it's supposed to do, but that's fine. That's fine, it just is making him move randomly. Alrighty. Anyways, that's fine. We'll deal with that later. Fienzan is on the back of his griffin. It's just not working. Yeah, as you swoop in low to come into the doorway, you suddenly see a red dragon curled up on the ground. How do you react?
I mean, I think I would first want to see how it reacts. I guess that depends a lot on that.
The dragon head snaps over to your direction as you swoop in, and it stands up quite quickly, hunching down, and you can see the trills and the kind of flared, what are they called? Ridges, essentially, on the back of its neck kind of start to stand up and quiver slightly as its neck kind of hunkers down and moves back and forth like a cat about to pounce, but instead of being about to pounce, you see an orange glow start to slowly build up in its
Yeah, there's just one tiny problem is that I can't make a case for myself right now since I'm transformed. So root beer and the ensign have to do something. I'm just saying, I can't
Bird
really
like
make a case for
screeching.
myself. Yes, screech at the dragon. That's gonna help.
Alrighty. What I'm going to go ahead and do, this is not necessarily going to start off combat, but it's just to work out a sequence of events here. Go ahead and roll initiative, Moog.
Wow.
Alright, as Root Beer sees this, how's Root Beer going to react? First of all, she's going to roll insight to work out exactly what's going on. I was going to say she doesn't need to roll well, but she rolled a 5. Trying to think, has anyone mentioned the fact that Celeste brought a dragon in here? I assume that was mentioned in the sendings with Agis.
Oh,
I mean,
really?
if not in the sendings, it probably popped up somewhere around camp, right? I assume.
Depends whether people knew, is the issue.
I mean, maybe not. I don't know.
Alright,
Honestly, can't remember.
yeah, I'm going to go with no, because I don't think it was ever explicitly mentioned. Alright. Root Beer is going to hop off of you, Moog, and do a nice little roll as she lands. And she's going to ready an action that if the dragon goes to attack, she's going to attack it with a spell, and she's also going to move further away, so that you're not all bunched together. Gion's turn. Alright, Gion's going to hear the commotion, run over to the railing, see Fienzan, and then go, Kervareth, no! And Kervareth, his next turn,
So anyway, I started blast.
pauses for just a moment, and turns its head slightly so that one of her eyes can look at Gion, while keeping the other eye on you lot. And then she hunkers back down, and the gold glowing in her neck goes away. Great news, everyone! Moog didn't just get instantly incinerated.
Oh,
I mean, I am in Griffin form. I could have definitely survived one
10
turn.
times.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why I also didn't want to get out of Griffin form, because if I did, then I would have been one shot.
Fienzan, is that you? Calls out Gion, and Celeste walks over to the railing as well. Celeste? Hold on. Gion did meet Fienzan, didn't she? Because
Yeah.
Soros and Gion left after the whole. But Celeste never met them.
Yep.
Nope.
Friends of yours, says Celeste, and Gion just goes. They were traveling with the ruined, and Agis before. At that point, Fienzan will go. Then they probably know what's going on with the ruined. Come on. And they're both going to head down to come meet. What do you want to do, Moke? Stay in Griffin form?
Yeah, no, of course not. Like, get me out of this shit.
Celeste does a slight, like, half pause on his walk over when you turn back into human form. Huh. That's interesting. Where's the ruined? He says as he walks over.
Yeah. Couldn't tell you if I wanted to. He just left. Said that he didn't even have a plan himself. Just something about maybe turning the tides of the battle or whatever. I have no clue.
God damn it. Why wouldn't he explain himself? He sent me a message via a sending stone, but yeah, basically nothing else beyond what you just said. I asked him for some clarification. Hopefully he'll respond tomorrow.
Yeah, about that. And I'll take out the sending stone.
Excellent. Gion steps forward. My name is Gion. And she holds out a hand.
Moke. And I'll extend my arm as well.
Alright. She shakes your hand. And
Ah. The mindfucker.
doesn't say anything else beyond that. And my name is Celeste. He also offers out his hand.
Same.
And then he walks over to Fienzen. As Rubier walks over, you all like share pleasantries. Celeste does look at Fienzen's griffin and just go, that one's not going to turn into a humanoid as well, are they? Alright. Let's come find the others. And they will gather up Agis and Sorrows and Kypheria.
You found me.
Yeah, you are saved from your purgatory.
He's in the corner of a corridor, just like hyperventilating.
Alrighty. Doesn't necessarily have to be in this kind of entranceway. It can be anywhere in the palace, but you all meet up. What do you all do?
I mean,
good to see you all, my friends.
Likewise. It's been a while.
Where is the ruined?
Gone.
What do you mean?
Just left. I have no clue where he went.
Gods, man, I thought you meant he'd perished.
No. And I think it's gonna take a lot to take that guy down, but
He just
he just
left.
Yep. Right at the outskirts of the city.
Did he say when he would return?
No clue. Said something about turning the tide of the battle, perhaps, and then left.
I see.
He also gave his standing stone to Moog, says Celeste. So,
Yep.
we can't even contact him.
It's concerning. But I trust you will be safe. Especially, well, I hope so, especially if he means to turn the tide, because I think we could really do with that right now.
He, took Goldtooth with him, says Fienzen, so he's not alone at least. But, we've got problems.
Can I roll, can I roll, insight real quick
Sure.
to see if I think root beer is a child.
Sure.
That's some racism, brother.
That is, man. Jesus
I
Christ.
mean, she's got crow eyes around, the edges of her eyes. She's clearly middle-aged.
Okay. I just thought, big guy, very small, yeah.
Roll to see if she's a child.
I probably haven't seen a halfling before.
Pretty sure you've met halflings and gnomes as Sorrows in-game.
I've met gnomes. I don't think I've met a halfling.
Alright, well. But yeah, Fienzan says, we've got concerns, and then kind of looks over to Moog to be like, hey, you want to take the lead on this?
I'll look at Moog.
Yeah, you guys probably haven't seen it yet, but in what direction was it? Was it south?
Southeast.
Southeast. But southeast from here, maybe 90-minute march. It was a rough estimate from the ruined before he left, but he estimated for there to be around about 2,000 I guess units from the capital of this place. So, while 2,000 might not seem like a bunch,
Kind of outnumbers our 8, says Celeste.
yeah, that's what I thought as well.
So, whatever it is that we're going to do, we need to do fast. What you mean?
Basically. We also don't know how long they've been camping there. They might have already stayed there for a few days and just wait for the right moment, but no clue.
Perhaps I should have a word with the guard outside the palace. Try and explain the situation.
Yep.
What do you all think?
If they don't decide to help us, which they might well not, says Fienzan, then we have a whole extra army on our hands to fight.
I mean, they're already outside waiting for something to happen anyway. At the very worst, they take me in. If we don't do something soon, that's gonna happen anyway.
The only advantage we have is the mystery around who is holding the palace and what is contained in there.
Well, they know that someone else has the palace. I don't need to tell them who or how many.
All I'm saying is that this advantage we have is buying us time that is needed for the orcs to get here.
I don't think anyone's told me the orcs are on the way.
It probably would have been mentioned at some point in the last several days that you've been here and Agis has been here, but yes, I don't think it's actually been brought up in character.
No. Okay.
While I was never promised a number, I know that it's a... Did he say ships or ship? I can't remember.
At least a ship.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I would not mention the approaching orcs. Merely all I would tell them is what the Inquisition intend to do and why they are a problem. That we do not mean harm. Merely to save the populace.
All I'm saying is, as soon as they realised that there wasn't many of us that took this place...
Again, I will not mention anything about numbers, and they already know about the big dragon. That's why they're not coming in here.
Right.
But 2,000 men versus a dragon probably is going to be the 2,000 men.
I agree, which is why I think I should talk to the guard. If I can sway them, it may buy us more time. Best case scenario, we can avoid a situation entirely. But either way, they're not going to come in here until those royal guards arrive.
Well, from our efforts, I know that at least if there does come to a siege, we can last a little bit longer than normal due to our... We set up a supply route, right, with the Thieves Guild, or the criminal organizations.
Yeah, with the Thieves Guild, and then you also have healers, so you can, try and stave off, illnesses and famine and such like, so...
Yeah. So I don't
We
know
don't
about
actually
anyone
have
else.
doors, though, do we?
What? We have a passage, don't we?
What do you mean, sorry?
Passage, but yeah, that's not going to stop anyone coming in. Like I said, we don't actually have any doors on the palace, so if there is a siege situation, it's not going to last very long. Just going to walk in.
Choke point, at least. But yeah, you might want to get some doors.
I don't think I can cast mending on them, can I?
Actually, yeah, you probably could. Probably on each individual door, so it'd be 2 casts of it, but yeah.
Unless it's something that takes like a long time to do, then I'll do that, but yeah, I can at least try and fix them.
Alright. Cool. Yeah, you cast mending then.
That'll probably be a lengthy process, so I'll start doing that. Start getting it set up.
Alrighty.
Let the adults talk.
List.
Yeah.
What do you think about talking to the guard? The ones outside there right now.
If we can get the city guard on our side, then that buys us some degree of protection, especially because it means they just won't let this army walk into the city, which means they will lay siege rather than just waltz in. But, as Fienzan said, if they don't buy it, if they don't decide to side with us, then we have enemies inside the walls as well as out.
Are they not already our enemies? Technically.
They're
In
not
their
fighting
mind.
us.
Well, if we do decide to go and speak to them, I think you should be there.
And say what, do what.
Tell them the truth. Why we're here. What the Inquisition mean to do with their city. That we do not wish to harm their governor. Merely see them all not be subjected to slavery. Like we were.
That's a hard sell.
It's a hard situation.
It's worth saying, says Kytheria, that whether we do that or don't, we should also think about trying to secure more allies within the city beyond just the guards. We've got the Fused Guild and we've got the healers, but what about other people, other factions?
Does anybody know what kind of people we might find around here?
What kind of people?
People.
Their people.
Other people.
Yeah, give me 1 sec. I wrote all of this down. I just need to remind myself because again, didn't play for like a month. Well, there's a caravan guard, says Kytheria. They could be helpful. There's Mages Academy here. Having mages on our side could be useful.
Oh.
And I know for a fact there's also an arena here, so maybe some gladiators, some heroes of the people.
Is that the word?
Having heroes of the people on our side would make it easier to sway other people. Plus fighters. My vote would be we start with the gladiators. What does everyone else think?
Considering we don't really seem to have a lot of time left, we might want to split up and take on 2 different people, maybe.
I agree. My second vote would be the mages.
I agree.
Securing those 2 may end up swaying other factions to join our cause as well.
Yeah, I agree. So who goes where?
I myself would like to go to the Gladiator Ring. I think Agis would be well suited with the mages.
Because you could delegate me the nerd role.
You are the nerd.
No, no!
Damn, now he wants to act all tough around his new girlfriend.
Stop saying shit, man. Moog's cash and checks that he can't fucking cash, man.
I mean, I'm not much of a gladiator myself. I would also prefer the mages, but I don't really mind where to go either.
Could always just also spread out and see who else we can find who could help. Gotta be other people. That was Gion who said that, by the way.
Gotta be careful not to spread ourselves too thin, though.
I could maybe just roam around and see what I can find. I can also just fly around, maybe cover some more ground.
Yeah, that's right. You could get the local griffin populace to help out.
Yeah, I can get the animals on our side, bro.
Alright, you fucking
mean, yeah.
Disney princess.
Yeah, all the fucking rats and shit.
Alright, you fucking Corvo Antano.
I'm the rat king.
Oh, that's not good. Don't be a rat king. Oh god,
Oh boy.
you could absolutely wild shape into a rat and then start forming a rat king. That's horrifying.
Oh boy.
Don't tempt me.
I think stat-wise that'd just be a swarm of rats, but still, just like visually, that's horrifying.
Just stand in front of the gates, they open the gate, just turn around and leave.
Side note, if you don't know what a Rat King is, don't Google it, it's horrifying.
I think what's even more horrifying is how that shit happens in the first place. I think that's the worst part.
Supposedly it doesn't actually happen, supposedly it's a urban myth, but the concept of it is horrifying.
Both types of Rat Kings are just horrifying.
What's the other type, unless you're talking about the type in The Last of Us Part 2?
I assume you're talking about the Rat King with loads of conjoined tails.
Yep.
Forming a massive rat. Yeah, the other Rat King is, it's something that peasants used to do, where they would make a rat so hungry, and then feed it another rat to the point that it gets a craving just for rat flesh, and then hunts all the other rats.
Oh. Yeah, that's also pretty horrifying.
It's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
If you can't beat them, join them.
Wasn't that the plot of Skyfall?
I fucking can't remember.
I thought the plot of
Skyfall.
Skyfall was the plot of The Dark Knight.
What happens
Just
in
with
Skyfall
like
again?
rats.
Anyway.
I do remember him saying something about rats,
Dolphins.
but I don't remember what. It's been a while since I watched Skyfall. Anyway,
I'm pretty sure that was pretty much it. Just like you just keep rats locked up, and then like it will taste rat flesh, and then it just won't want anything else, and that'll be all it exists on, and that's all it'll ever be. And I think he was like, "We're the rats."
Yeah, I do remember him saying something along the lines of "We're the
Yeah, that
rats."
does sound familiar.
I also
Yeah, that's a
remember him
Rat
saying.
King.
I also remember him saying "Mummy was very bad," and I love his delivery of that line. Anyways, Aegis, it sounded like you were, because we're not playing on a Wednesday. All my normal alarms are going off to say, "Hey, wake up from your nap." Aegis, it sounded like you were going to say something.
I was just asking if I fixed the door.
Yeah, you fixed the door. I told you you fixed the door.
Hell yeah. Let's go do my nerd duty. I've been assigned.
Where's the rest going? Is Celeste going with Soros?
Celeste could go with Sorrows, or you could leave Celeste here if you want to keep someone at the palace.
Ah,
I
yeah,
think
that's actually a good
Celeste
point.
should stay with a dragon.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
I think it would be a good idea if we each group had a griffin each, as well. So if you're going to go with the mages, you can be your group's griffin, and if the ensign comes to the gladiator ring, then we've got a griffin too, and we can get in and out easy.
You
I
can
mean, I
only-
don't think.
Griffins can only
Oh, sorry.
have one person ride on their back.
Oh, can they?
Yeah.
Maybe two. Maybe two.
That'll work.
I mean, I'm not sure if the people that go to the mages actually need one. Considering I don't think they will go in there guns blazing, taking hostages, and be like,
But it's more that we have to, like, get out of here as well. We are technically under siege right now.
"Hmm." But I feel like we want at least one person to just kind of roam around the streets and see what else we can pick up. And I feel like if there would be someone who's a bit more mobile, that would make more sense.
In terms of trying to find other people to like, to like be able to recruit, essentially, that's probably an investigation role. So bear that in mind. That's probably the stat you're looking at. Because I don't think you flying over the city as a griffin, you'll be able to go like,
Yeah.
those people look like they need help.
Yeah, we could send Kytheria out.
Or we let Kytheria go to the Thieves Guild, and then maybe let those guys play their contacts, see if we can find any other people.
Smart.
Could work.
Kytheria was good with those people, right?
Yeah, you've managed to recruit the Fuse Guild to your aid. The thing is, they're not massively fighters, so in a siege, the thing that they're going to be able to secure for you is get supplies in, despite the fact that the city might end up being surrounded. They will be able to still smuggle stuff in. That's the main benefit they're giving you. They can obviously fight. They're just, you know.
I mean, if investigation is the role, we might want to send Fiennes in and look around for people, considering he used to be like a fucking captain of the guard kind of guy. He probably knows some shit.
Fair.
Another option. So I think your idea with getting the Thieves Guild on it with Kytheria is going to yield the best results.
Yeah,
It
I
was a
mean,
good
Kytheria
idea.
can go. Yeah. And then maybe we just let the ensign go and then split the rest between what do you call it? Mages and gladiators. So you and Dion can go to the gladiators. And me and Rootbeer and Agis go to the mages? Or do you want to take the ensign with you as well?
I should probably take the ensign as well.
Okay, that's fine.
Because let's be honest, it's a gladiator ring. We're probably going to have to prove ourselves in some way.
I mean, gladiator fights are usually...
One-on-one.
Yeah. But I mean, hey, if you want to take it, that's complete.
3 each seems like a good number.
Yep.
Alright, Fiennes's Griffin's going to go and sit in the corner away from the dragon.
Or saying that the Griffin can only take 2 max, can't it? Okay. Yeah, okay. What if the ensign goes out investigating, but also drops off Kytheria off with the Thieves Guild?
I mean, I'll say this in terms of like navigating around the city and getting in and out of the palace. Kytheria is probably the one who needs the Griffin the least, given she's a rogue.
But I mean, me and Gion have already been seen going in and going out without a problem many times at this point. It's
True.
pretty normal, so we can probably get out of here okay. If it's just us two.
Alrighty, so Fiennes dropping Kytheria off at the Thieves Guild, then meeting you at the Gladiators, and then I assume Rogue turning into a Griffin, Rootbeer and Agis. Mages Guild. That about right?
Okay with that?
Yep.
Alrighty. Just so we're crossing all of our T's and dotting all of our I's, you have used 2 uses of your wild shape, which means you have no more wild shapes until you take a short rest, Moog.
Oh, I'm flying there as a griffin.
That was the discussed plan, yes. That you turn into a griffin and you then Root and Aegis ride you.
I mean, couldn't we, in theory, just walk there, though?
It's the getting out of the palace bit is the issue.
Okay. Alright, yeah, sure.
I'm going to give you a free pass because you're apparently running a fever.
What do you mean, apparently?
I haven't stuck a thermometer up your ass, I don't know.
Maybe you should. What?
Hey, yo.
Anyway.
Sounded a bit like an invitation.
Alrighty. Who wants to go first then?
We do odds and evens.
Alright. Odds is...
No, we'll go first.
Alright.
Absolutely based.
It's really saddening me that the stream view is loading so quickly now on my SSD that I don't get the loading screen for the stream anymore. The stream doesn't get to see it. It's alright, at least my players get to see it, I guess my players get an enhanced experience, and that's nice, I guess. But do we even freaking care about our players, you know?
Yeah, who even needs the players?
Yeah, exactly. As the head of Hasbro has said, D&D and AI going to be like this. So let's just replace all the players with AI and just have a Dungeon Master DM for AI.
Let's just write a novel.
Honestly, that does actually sound kind of interesting.
No, it doesn't, but, you know, we'll agree
It
to
just
dispute.
basically sounds like RimWorld.
I think I should actually like reach out to the head of Hasbro though, because he seemed to think that Dungeon Masters could be replaced by players. Could be replaced by AI. But that's only one AI per group. But if I replace all 4 of you with AI, that's 4 AIs that I need. That's more money.
True.
Alrighty. You head over to the Mages Guild then, Agis and Co. The Mages Guild is a tool tower. I have my notes somewhere. Me have me notes somewhere.
How excited is Rootmare to be going to a Mages Guild?
On a scale of 1 to 10, she's like a 2 out of 10.
That's crazy, because I'm pretty sure the whole reason she joined us because she wanted to learn more about magic.
Well, she joined you because you asked and rolled high.
Oh, okay. I guess talking to the NPCs doesn't fucking matter, I guess.
I don't fucking remember why she joined.
I can say shit to Rootmare and just roll a high persuasion and she'll just fucking join, apparently.
I can't remember why she joined you. It was forever ago, and it was mostly because you wanted a silly little character to join you.
Yeah. And? It doesn't mean that my silly little character can't have depth. In your eyes, apparently I went to Rootmare and said, hey, you want to join us? But first you have to eat this shit sandwich, and then roll a 20. And she was like, yeah, alright, sounds good.
Alright, it's canon.
I wouldn't do that to Rootmare. Rootmare's chill.
Pete decided to make a character without depth because Alex can't see it anyway. I'm gonna go pour a drink now.
Do man like that.
Where do me notes be?
In the notes folder.
No, they're not in the notes folder. That's the issue.
Under the notes table. In notes. Highlighted in notalic.
Yeah, so the Mages Guild, I'm just going to do it without my notes. Fuck it, we're going to do it live.
Interesting.
I know, right? The Mages Guild is this giant tower, almost as tall as the palace itself, but offset to the northeast from the palace, still in that same sort of district, so it's not very far away. The Mages Guild, as I say, is this fairly tall, thin tower, but surrounded by this courtyard of 2-story buildings, where different studies are made. As you head on over.
I don't think I'm gonna like it here.
No, why not?
No. Nah. I don't think I'm gonna like it here. Sounds too rowdy and raucous for me.
Alrighty. Well. You know, I think if you decide that you're not going to enjoy something, that usually means you're not going to enjoy it, so... That's on you.
I'm sure I won't be among similar academic minds. With an NPC that has no depth and a druid that likes getting milked.
That's about the size of it. God fucking damn it. Try to copy over an NPC and copied the wrong one because Foundry sometimes clicks the one next to the one you click when the tokens overlap, and it's real
Curse
annoying.
you, misinput.
Habada. Alright. how do you want to approach talking to people at the Mages Guild? What do you do?
I ain't gonna try and be antagonistic. Just walk through the front door and ask if we could see someone in charge and why.
All right, so you just approach someone who's just like milling about, essentially.
Yeah, I guess. Unless they've got like a front door, like a reception there, or...
They do not have a reception, no.
I was hoping that'd be in your notes.
Alrighty. You wander in until you find someone who looks, reasonably friendly. And you walk over. To a dark-skinned woman with a kind of red hood over her head. She's got a chain nose ring running from one of her nostrils to her ear. She's quite pretty, and she looks to be human, probably in her early 30s.
Okay.
She's milling about near the entrance as you walk over. What do you
Good
do?
day. I was hoping we might be able to talk to someone with some sort of a higher standing in the Mages Guild.
Yeah, me too, to be honest with you, she says, looking over at you. You're not from the academy, then?
No.
I was hoping to speak to the High Mage, but supposedly they've not come down from the tower in days, so...
Oh, right. What was it you were hoping to achieve here? Were you hoping to join, or...?
I have been rejected from this academy on many an occasion, so no.
Interesting.
I was more looking to talk to them about the dangerous studies.
Dangerous studies, you say?
They've been hiring some people to seek out ancient artifacts, things that should be stayed buried under the sand.
Right.
What brings you here?
Well, I don't want to get into particulars, but strong likelihood that this place will be under siege soon, so we're trying to, amass people to help with that.
What do you mean under siege?
There seems to be a few thousand soldiers on the borders trying to take back the palace.
I did hear it had been attacked by a dragon, but why an army?
Why not an army? You know how normal things happen with this? A show of force leads to a bigger show of force of retaliation.
Right, but it's a wild creature, isn't it?
That may be, but if a wild creature decides to attack a place and then make itself comfortable there for a few days, well, more than a few days now. It's been weeks, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, weeks even.
Roll me a deception check.
Okay.
Yeah, lying fuck.
I ain't lying.
You ain't
I ain't no
truthing.
white. I ain't no white lion bar.
Hey, that's pretty good. Okay, Okay, and how do you see the Mages Guild helping with this?
Well, at the end of the day, we just trying to make sure there's as minimal casualties as possible.
Ah, so you're working for this army?
No, I'm trying to make sure that there's as little casualties as possible.
I don't see why there would be any casualties. Send the army into the palace, kill the dragon. Simple.
I mean, you understand if dragons, especially a wild dragon at that, there's going to be a lot of, it's going to be messy.
Hmm. Well, I wish you the best of luck. It sounds like, if things do get messy, then maybe I should not be in the city, she says with a smile.
Yeah, maybe.
Very well. Well, I wish you the best of luck. And
And
she
to you.
goes to walk off back into the streets.
Whew.
Alrighty.
Guys, you see what she said about ancient artifacts?
Yeah,
Dangerous ones at that.
says Root Beer. What about it?
It just sounds interesting. Who knows what properties they contain? Maybe something to help us.
Root Beer is going to look over at Moog and try and get a read on what Moog's opinion is towards that.
Towards what exactly?
Bro is hanging on by a thread, isn't he?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Do you know what's happened in the last 5 minutes?
Yes, we talked to this lady.
Alright, I can't fault you there.
She mentioned that the mages in the Mage Guild are fucking around with artifacts that are dangerous,
Ooh.
which is pricked up Agis's ears.
Yeah, mine as well.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, one of them's, can't really prick up anymore.
Yeah, all right, thank you. Takes away my ear, and then starts fucking making jokes about it.
In that case, I'll just give her like a shrug. I'll be like, I mean, why not?
You have opinions about this, Rupert?
If they're being used for the greater good, then fair enough.
My thoughts exactly.
Alrighty. So it sounds like the head of the academy is locked away in a tower. It might be hard to try and speak to, but you can always try and see if there's anyone else you can speak to, or you can try and make it to the top of the tower.
I'll try and speak to someone else, and then not exactly offer my services, but try and persuade them that I know a thing or two with the research that I've got. Won't go into details about that research, like with the collar and shit, but with my artificer prowess, I can do shit with items of magical nature.
Alrighty. So the three areas that kind of pique your interest then is the academy proper itself, where you can try and see if there's anyone within there, like a faculty that you can speak to. There's the kind of greenhouse and herbology area for potion making. And then there is the libraries. Yes, potions.
The faculty area sounds better.
Alrighty.
Potions.
Potions or faculty?
Faculty. It's going to be a better chance for us to actually get in with the head. Like, just go into the potion room and be like, I'm going to talk to your man in charge, please.
Alrighty. You find a tan-skinned woman, clearly of Eladrin descent, although not fully, doesn't look like to you. As an Eladrin, you can kind of clock on that, she's probably half Eladrin, which is unusual, and therefore probably you could hazard a guess some of the life that she's possibly had. And you find her in a kind of not so much a classroom so much as a what's it called, like a research room, like a laboratory.
Okay.
She's wearing multiple colored kind of turban on her head and wears these kind of dark green robes. The clothing that she's wearing makes it obvious to you that she travels a lot. Like, these are traveling clothes.
Okay. Hello, I was wondering if you'd be able to help us. I take it you remember her?
I am, she says. Both of you roll me insight checks as you walk in.
Insight.
Nice. Another 2.
Moog is just ill.
Fever debuff, bro.
Yeah.
Alright. She closes a book that... She was facing away from you as you walk in, and she closes a book on a pedestal as you walk in, and then slips it into her bag, and then turns around to look at both of you, or all 3 of you, folding her arms. How can I help?
Well, I may not be part of the guild. However, traveling around and what have you, I am quite versed in the arcane. And I heard about your guys' research into some magical artifacts.
At that, one of her eyebrows kind of cocks up for a moment and like, oh, okay. And she folds her arms. What of it?
I was wondering if there's a way we might be able to help each other.
What sort of help could you offer?
Well, I don't know if any of you guys have noticed from the tower or what have you, but there seems to be a couple of thousand men of... I can't remember the place.
Virus.
That one, Virus. Wasn't even a Z. Virus planning to lay siege to the city.
Is that so?
Yes, that is, yeah.
City belongs to them. Is there some reason why they need to lay siege?
Let's say, hypothetically, that it was... best way to word this. Let's say that the dragon that has entered the palace may have been accompanied by some people trying to quote unquote it's a lot of politics, but either way, technically no, it's not under their control at the moment.
I see. And what, do you want to help or stop this army?
Well, a siege is bad for both sides, and those in the middle. So I'm trying to mitigate that as much as possible.
So you're a neutral party then?
Not as such. But I understand that both sides lose.
So you're part of the occupying force?
Yes.
And you want our academy here to help you mitigate casualties? I could think of a way you could mitigate casualties.
I have a feeling I know what you're about to say.
Surrender?
Yep, that sounds about right.
You're not willing to.
It's not my choice.
Just following orders?
Just playing the hand I'm dealt.
So why should the academy help an occupying force keep the city they have occupied? What do we get out of it?
Well, the way I see it, you guys have no real need for politics. Would I be correct? Well, of course, except for funding and what have you.
Yes. Exactly.
Right, yes. But fundamentally, it all comes down to the research itself. And the artifacts. All I'll say is that a siege or a large battle that could involve a creature such as a dragon can cause a lot of unneeded chaos, destruction.
I'm not worried about this academy.
What are you worried about?
I think we could defend ourselves if a dragon decided to try and lay siege to this tower.
It would have no need to.
Perhaps.
All I'm saying is that if you were willing to help defend, there are definitely certain benefits that would befall the Mage Guild.
Like what?
Well, we can talk about funding. We can also help further the interests of your research. I would also be happy to have a look.
Where's Dai's staff gone from your inventory?
Oh, it's in my quiver.
Oh, okay, that was confusing as fuck.
Yeah, it's in the quiver. It just means that I don't have to, like, walk it around everywhere. But it's still visible. It's not like
Yeah.
it's disappeared. It's just on my deck.
You have a very powerful magical item on you.
I'm aware.
I tell you what, if you let me study your staff, maybe I'll consider helping you.
Sort of an academic quid pro quo.
You want to study something of ours?
I mean, if it would help you guys, I'd be happy to.
I don't need your help. You need ours from the sounds of things.
Fair point.
So, the staff for a couple of days. And then I'll see what we can do to help you. Roll me a perception check.
I don't fucking like this, Pete. I don't like this fucking whatsoever.
All right. Your choice.
Under the condition that I stay with the staff, then I would agree.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Persuasion.
No, I would need to study it uninterrupted. You're not a member of this academy, so...
It is a shame that we cannot come to an agreement.
Indeed, that is a shame.
I don't really have anything else I can... No, they just really want the staff, don't they?
Yeah, she sensed a legendary item on you, so...
Yeah.
Also,
I
your
can give her
phone
some
is too-
bog water.
I think your phone is too close to your microphone, Calum.
It's not though, that's the thing.
Oh, well.
It's like halfway on the other side of the room.
It was going bip, 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 bip. It's not anymore, so...
In that case, I will take my leave.
Alright. Well, pleasure meeting you.
Likewise.
Alrighty.
No idea how much I want to loot this place. If I want to get the dragon to blow that place up, I want to loot its goddamn rubble.
Doing
Just
anything
happy
else?
accident.
Doing anything else at
Nah.
the Mage's Guild?
Fuck them nerds, unless I can try and find a way to go talk to the head.
That would
guy.
involve sneaking. And, yeah, it's a
Pass
Mage's
without
Tower,
trace.
so... It's a Mage's Tower as well, so there may be traps and such like.
Yeah. I ain't gonna fucking risk it, man. Fuck them nerds. Unless Moog wants to do anything, I ain't fucking going near them nerds.
I mean, in theory, I'm still in Griffin form, right?
Are you? Have you been in Griffin form walking around the interior of, like, laboratories the entire time, or have you been waiting outside?
I mean, I haven't specifically said anything yet.
Yeah, I assume that was just because you were vibing in your fever dream state.
True, but might come in handy for me right now. Sure. Nah, that's fine. That's fine. We can dip.
You can also just take a short rest if you want to do your wild charges, mate.
I mean, I was just thinking, if the head of the place was at the top of this tower, we could just fly up.
Yep, I'm sure Mage's Tower has no defenses against someone just polymorphing into a bird and flying up there.
Nah, I couldn't think that of that. Nah, I don't think they do.
Alright, it's good.
I'm just gonna go to Lewisek.
Okay.
Yeah. Nah, we can go to the letters.
Alrighty. I need momento to create a map real quick. Everybody riff for a little bit. Good riffing, guys. You're doing a great job.
Huh?
Someone fill the dead air while I quickly make a map, goddamn. Alright. I
Yeah,
don't...
this. Fun fact. This is not for what you think it is. It's my snot tissue.
Lovely.
There you go. That's your fun fact of the day.
I think both Calum and Alex are AFK, so I'm going to go ahead and... oh, Calum's back. Never mind. Both of them are going to lose both Calum and Tommy are going to lose 1,000 XP for refusing to just talk. Yeah. Just refusing to fill the dead air. Now you get punished, you little cunt.
Hey, I talked while having fever. Do I get the XP for that instead?
No, you just don't lose XP.
I'm just kind of a bit bewildered by the fact that Samo felt the need to point that out, because now I'm feeling suspicious.
Yeah, I just saw that it's in frame of my camera, and I was like, that looks awfully bad.
I didn't think anything of it until you pointed it out, man.
I mean, just think about it, right? Either I have like 6 packs of tissues or just 1 toilet paper roll. It's so much smaller when your nose is constantly running. So, yeah.
Your nose. Yeah.
Think smart, not hard.
Hello, I'm back.
Hi, back.
So, Samo, how's the weather?
I don't know, I haven't been outside in like 4 days. It snowed today.
Well, there you go, you know.
They got you there, to be fair.
Damn. Making fun of the sick man. That's crazy.
Yeah, we'll always make fun of the weakest link.
Can't believe it.
Hey. No.
I think, in short, what Calum means to say is get good.
Or get healthy.
Yeah.
What the fuck is... What? Why? What?
Nothing. I was saying how. Fuck them mages, man. Stupid nerds. I ain't parting with my stick. It's mine. Mine alone. I'll kill anyone that tries to touch it. Looks at you, Sorrows.
You whatty? What am I being dragged into?
Nothing, man. Just a warning and a threat.
Do not believe.
Alrighty.
Haha. Ratsune Miku.
So, Gion, Fienzen, and Sorrows are going to make their own way downtown. Faces pass, blah blah blah, and I'm homebound. Blah, 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 blah.
If we can have the moving piano, that would be great.
I'll consider it.
My birthday's in a couple months.
I can make one for you if you want.
I was going to say, it's probably the sort of thing an artificer could make. It is a Tuesday, and it's middle morning, so there's not like an ongoing arena battle going on with like a huge crowd or whatever. As you approach, you don't hear the sounds of screaming crowds or anything like that. But you'd assume that with an arena being a thing in the city, there's probably people practicing and what have you to prepare matches and shows on any given day. So you'd assume that there's still people there to go talk to.
Yeah, I assume there's owners and such to speak to.
Yeah. Give me 1 second. Shut up, pa.
Hey, Anlet,
Yed.
how you doing on Armored Core?
Oh, I've not played again since the other day.
Oh. Guys, I may or may not have performed a great ruse on Alex.
Oh.
Indeed.
I feel really bad for it, but at the same time, you're enjoying it though, right?
I was until I rage quit for the second time.
What did you do to them, man?
We've been watching an anime and the Gundam shit started happening, and then Alex was like, "Man, I really want to get into some Gundam games." And I went, "Armored Core is a Gundam game." And Alex was like, maybe I'll give this Armored Core a try. Little did he know it's made by the same people that make Dark Souls.
Yes.
And it has a lot of very hard combat.
Yeah, it's famously made by From Software.
Yeah.
They
So
make
I
it
may or may
more
not have
like
gotten Alex to play a Dark Souls.
Yeah,
game.
but I don't follow any of those games. I don't know From Software. I've never seen an Armored Core game before.
Did you not check it?
No! No, I didn't. I was like, cool. I was like, cool robot game. I'm playing it. Like,
It is a really good game.
Do just mechs count as Gundams?
yeah,
I'd say so.
You got Titanfall.
that's true.
Type
I
of-
actually really did enjoy Titanfall.
Titanfall was fucking goated.
I'm sad it's been replaced by Apex.
Yeah, it's a shame they pulled the plug on it to make Apex. But yeah,
In
so
theory.
that was a thing I did. To be fair, I did forget until you said you bought it. After I was like, oh wait, that's a FromSoft game. After I recommended it to you, because in my head I was like, oh, it's just cool Gundams and it's like cool fights. So, yeah.
Yeah, I knew something was up when I couldn't even pass the tutorial.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, when you launch the game of any FromSoft game, the first thing you see is From Software.
Yeah, and that obviously I was obviously oblivious to that because I have no idea who makes the Dark Souls games because I don't
Okay,
follow
okay.
any of them.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
I feel
So, yeah,
it's
I
weirder
feel
to
that.
not know who makes the Dark Souls games than it is to not know who makes Armored Core.
I didn't know any of it. I didn't look any of it up. I just saw a random name pop up on the middle of the screen. I don't know.
What would it take for you to play Elden Ring?
We covered it. It would be
Getting bamboozled like that again.
no.
Yeah, someone tricking me into it, I
It would
guess.
be
I'll have to beat him with the Piston Cup.
it would be Tommy winning the Piston Cup, which they're never gonna fucking play because they're both whores.
Bro, I would do anything to see that happen.
I'd be out here prostituting.
I still want to do a multiplayer run with the boys.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, I'm
That shit
down
is
for
so
that.
fun.
Then we have got Night Rain coming up.
Yes. Oh my god.
That's
Alright.
what it's called, isn't it? Night Rain?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Night,
I thought so.
Night Rain? Yeah, I think so. So fucking hyped for that shit. Oh my god.
Alrighty, you've arrived at the arena.
Okie dokie.
What do you want to do?
I'll head up these stairs. Wait, unless there's a nurse.
Oh, we meant to be able to have vision.
You will have vision in a moment, but I can also give you. Hold on, I can just make it this. It doesn't actually matter. Hold on. Doesn't matter for this map at all. So, because I made this very quickly, so there's no walls you should be able to see now.
Cool. Yep.
Cool. Alright, you go up the stairs and into the seats here. There's probably a smattering of other people, but not many. Again, there's not actually any official fights going on, so it's really the equivalent of like people going to a baseball field and like watching people just play baseball who aren't like, it's not an actual match sort of thing.
Sparring.
Yeah, basically people just sparring. You got, potential like coaches being like, or not coaches, but like, what's it called? Scouts being like, oh, these could be the next big gladiators. And you see two figures currently in the middle of a sparring match.
What do they look like?
I'll tell you in a minute if you just give me one fucking minute, Tommy. One fucking minute. It's all I fucking asked for. God damn. God damn. All right.
No, I'm gonna agree with Red and Existential Dread and say, wow, disorganized DM, shaking my head.
Alright, it looks like the sparring match is about to begin. You see a dark-skinned human with the hair in dreadlocks. They're wearing kind of simple cloth clothing. Their arms are covered in bandages, but slung over one shoulder, they've got a single steel pauldron. They appear to be carrying with them two hand axes, and then they have a great axe strapped to their back. And they seem to be like readying themselves for combat. Across the way from them, on the other side of the arena closer to where you are, is another figure, and I'll let him describe himself.
Oh.
Hey. You see... Yeah, from this distance, you see what looks like a... like sort of average-sized elf with like sort of black hair, sort of covered in different furs, blue and green tunic, hide boots, like a sort of like fur cloak, and he has a like scimitar, like next to his side or down by his side, or a short sword, I can't remember which.
Well, you got both actually.
Oh yeah, yeah. So yeah, but both by his side. He, however, doesn't have either drawn currently.
Alrighty. What do you all do as you walk in?
I'm gonna lean on the railing and whilst kind of seeing what's going on here, I'm also gonna kind of try and map the area out and see where I might get into a staff area.
Alright. It looks like the staffing area is actually all the way around the back here. So you'd have to kind of navigate your way to around the back. You could potentially try and climb over a wall, or the big obvious area is right through here. There's a big opening, but obviously that involves going through the pit itself. So,
how big's a drop?
like 15 feet. From up here, though, in the stands for like a private viewing, there is a man who then calls out, "All right, and fight!" And hey, we'll see how Lufthaven does in combat.
Watch him fucking die.
Well, it's a possibility.
Probably. Yep.
He's going first. Alrighty. Yeah, he pulls out his 2 hand axes from his side, grins at you, and just goes, "Rah!" and starts running towards you in this kind of like very haphazard, like flinging around. Kind of reminds other people of kind of how the ruins has tended to move a little bit, you know, erratically. And he has entered his rage.
Oh god.
Why do I hear combat music? Why did it go tits up so quick?
Because we're witnessing Luff's first combat. It's one-on-one combat with another gladiator. He has 40 feet of movement, so he sprints towards you, and as he sprints, he is going to jump up into the air, and he's going to try and hand axe you. First one misses. I forgot to target you. It's been a minute. And second one misses. You dodge out of the way of both of them. Does he have extra attack? He does indeed have extra attack. So then he'll do one more attack. Ooh, I forgot. Hold on, give me a second. Yeah, I forgot something. Whoopsie. When he raged, another thing happened as he ran towards you.
Oh god.
Oh. Oh.
You see, I thought it was
Oh, dear.
fucking wild search shit, but okay.
My man.
Yep. So his final attack then.
Bigger they are, Alex.
That's a nat 20.
The bigger they are, the harder they hit.
Twice the pride, double the fall.
I think we're about to see Ruin return real quick.
I was kidding.
It was like, never mind, I'm great.
It was a joke.
So it's
Comes back
9,
with chocolate cake.
9 damage from the hitting with the axe. Also, he's going to do an extra 2d6 of fire damage from his elemental cleaver.
Nice, nice.
There's another 11 on top of that.
Yeah, guys, what do you do as a ranged character?
Not fighting melee.
Accidentally
you're ranged?
played with him.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
You see,
Kind of
that's
the
why-
worst possible matchup to put him against, Pete. Kind of devious of you, just saying.
Especially seeing as this guy is technically also a ranged character if he wants to be.
Alright, Luft, your turn.
Okay.
I mean, he only hit you once, but he did do 20 damage in one hit, so...
Just call parlay. Surrender.
Also, I did randomize who he was fighting out of the different gladiators, so...
Is it a bonus action to disengage?
So our homebrew rule is that you can disengage as a bonus action, but it only applies to the people who are actively aggroed on you. So if you were like running for a crowd, you wouldn't be able to then disengage everyone. But
Right,
when
but
you're
I could
one-on-one-
disengage now.
Yeah, there's no negative to you disengaging now, other than you spend your bonus action doing it.
Okay, cool.
Explicitly so that people like rangers could, you know, not have this as an issue.
Yeah. That is very nice. Thank God. Okay, yep, I will bonus action to disengage.
All right.
One sec, need to work out all my shit.
Should
Okay, I'm gonna walk over here. And then I'm going to... I'm gonna put my hand in the air, and there'll just be like a little glint sort of come from my hand, and then with my other one, I'll just sort of like pinch the air, pull back, and release. And I will use my Ring of Airstrike to try and shoot him.
Go ahead and roll me a perception check, Sorrows, while this is going on. Never mind. Alright.
Fuck's sake.
Number 2.
What fucking dice rolls, man? Alright, well, I feel better.
The flurry of air that comes towards him, he just slashes with his axe, and you see like a flame kind of glint off his axe as he hits concentrated air, and it just goes away from him.
That's pretty sick.
And then second attack.
That one hits.
Oh,
Getting a plus 10 or getting a 10 on a nat 1 is crazy though.
Alright, remind me with airstrike. Blah 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 blah. Deals 1d4 thunder damage as an fire. So it still does physical damage though for the actual arrow. It's the 1d4 that's thunder. So
unless it counts as magic, because I think
It's a ranged attack, so it's literally just the 4 that counts as elemental. The rest of it's normal.
yeah, unless there's something about Archer that makes it become magical automatically. Magic arrow.
Oh,
You gain
at
the
7th level, you
use
gain the
arrows
ability.
with magic. Whenever you fire a non-magical arrow from a short bow or longbow, you can make it magical for the purpose of yeah, cool. Yeah, so yeah, no, it is all just magical then. Cool. Good ship.
Am I able to do anything else with my thing?
You can do special arrows, yeah. You've got bursting arrow, piercing and seeking and curving shot and such like, so some of those will potentially be bonus actions though, so bear that in mind.
Right, hang on. You just said arcane. Oh, sorry, I was muted. No, apparently it is just whenever it hits a creature, I can just decide to use it. So in that case, could I also use bursting arrow?
Yeah. So bursting arrow, go ahead and click that for me.
Are we sure that the Ring of Airstrike works correctly?
What do you mean?
Oh, never mind. No. I almost reading wrong. My bad. Sorry.
I think arcane shots probably have limited uses, so let me just check that. Once per turn, when you fire an arrow from a short bow, you can apply one of your arcane shot options. Yeah, 2 uses of this ability, and you gain all expended uses on a short or long rest. Yes, you have 2 arcane shots, is the thing.
Yep, no worries.
There you go.
Alright, later on I'll set up your arcane shots to actually use up the arcane shot thing automatically.
Yeah.
But I've manually reduced it, so that's another 9 damage to him though, nice.
Yeah, so you just see, like, the air sort of, like, ripple in on itself, like, in a line towards him, and then as it sort of strikes him, it just explodes.
Alrighty. got anything else you can do?
Don't think so.
Yeah, you've got. Yeah, you got extra attack, but that's just 2 attacks. So cool. His turn then. Alrighty. Just gonna keep moving though. Will hit you.
Oh,
Yeah, rolled a 19. So that's going to be 5 from the axe, and then another d6 from fire damage. So another 1 on top of that. And then his other axe. Uh, 20 will also hit you.
good lord.
And that's 8 damage in total. Alright, your turn.
Okay.
Ooh, I did forget to do something, sorry, at the beginning of the round. Just want to say at the end of each round, Sorrows and by extension the NPCs can do stuff if they want to. So real quick, Sorrows, did you want to do anything while this fight's going on?
Sorrow's gonna jump in there and ruin the fun.
It's up to him if he wants to, but I just
Party
want to give
pooper
him,
dad.
I just want
would
to
have
make sure that
literally
he,
no reason to do that.
I just want to make sure that you don't think you just have to watch this. You can do other stuff, like if you want to try and break into this building, you could, or if you wanted to jump in, you could, or if you just want to leave, you can.
I can't wait for Alex to win this on 1 hit point, and then Sorrows jumps down and is like, "I've got next."
But yeah, sorry.
Just kills.
Did you want to just keep watching, or?
I'm gonna. Go down there.
Alrighty, the ends and energy on will follow. Alright, yeah, sorry. Now it's your turn, Luft. Luft or Luft?
Okay. Luft.
Alright.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
Hi.
How tall is this guy at the moment?
He would be about 12 foot tall.
And
12 and a half foot, to be precise.
is his reach doubled?
Yes. So he has 10 feet of reach.
How tall is this like wall?
Probably about 20 feet.
Hmm. Oh, fuck it, let's just see if I can survive at least another round, and then I'll worry about shit. Disengage again.
Just as well, I'm not telling you to use them just because you're a new character. I want to make sure that you're aware of stuff. Just a reminder, Rangers do have extra, sorry, not extra, they have second wind as a bonus action as well.
Yeah, I'm just trying to time it well.
Yeah, gotcha. Alrighty.
And then a couple more shots. Ah,
That misses, unfortunately. That hits, though.
Oh.
Nat 20.
Ooh.
Boom.
Did you hit critical hit on that?
oh no, I didn't.
Alright, just roll another
Should I just
D8
roll
and
again?
Another D8 and another D4. Alrighty, so 15
Yes.
all told from that. Doing anything else in that shot?
Fuck it, I'll do another burst shot.
Alrighty. So that will also then be critical damage because it's dice damage.
Okay, so
Very nice.
not too shabby.
Yeah, it looked like it hurt him bad.
Good.
That your turn?
And then that will be my turn.
Alright. He's going to roar again, and this time he's just going to throw both axes at you at the same time. Thanks, Alan.
That was his war cry.
Okay. 24 will hit you.
Yep.
You take 8 points of damage from that one. And the second hand axe. That's another nat 20.
No. No.
That's 14 damage all told.
Oh.
And then both axes come flying back to him, and he catches both of them. And then he's going to run up to you. And
I hate you for making me so torn and I want to win on this fight. Fucking asshole.
What the fuck are you torn? This is Alex's character.
Oh no, but at the same time he's ripping my people.
I mean, to be honest, like, I know I'd probably just go unconscious, but like, it would be kind of funny if I just died instantly.
And bear in mind, this guy is giant right now, or large right now. He's going to run up to you, and he's going to do a flying knee at you.
I was gonna say,
Oh,
not only
God.
is it a gladiator, but it is a barbarian gladiator. You think he's going to let you live?
Yeah, so he runs up at you and jumps up, trying to launch his knee directly into your face. And he rolled a 12, so you managed to roll out of the way to the side.
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God.
It does occur to you that if he had hit that, potentially you would have a fairly flat face afterwards. Alright, your turn.
Okay, well, second wind.
Alrighty, so you're going to gain 1d10 plus your fighter level, which is 7, so 17 hit points.
Cool. Right. Um. I'd get disadvantage from shooting up this close, right?
Yep. Obviously, you could also always risk a attack of opportunity. If you, because you've used your bonus action to second wind.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna risk it.
Alright, he will only get to attack you with one of his axes, so that's the good news. But he hits. 25.
Oof.
I've been rolling very good with these attack rolls. And he rolled max damage on the actual axe, but only a 1 on the fire damage. You're going to take 11 damage overall.
Oh.
Yeah.
Guys, what
You
do
still get to
say?
move though, right?
Yep, you still get to move.
What are we saying? We recruit that guy and leave Alex here?
That's fucked. You're a bad person. It would have been really fucked if he
Okay.
had defeat Sentinel, though, and I was just like, actually, he's got Sentinel. Tough shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be...
That hits.
Damn.
You've got no more arcane shots, though, so this is just, it is what it
Nope.
is. Alright, 12 damage, though. Very nice. That also hits. Alright.
Action surge.
Action surge is not a bonus action. Yes, you can absolutely action surge. He is still standing, but he looks fucked up. That hits. Hell yeah. Alright,
Yeah.
as that final blast of air hits him, he falls to one knee and he shrinks back down and coughs up a little bit of blood.
As he's still on that one knee, I'll get in my final shot. If I miss, it was
He
just,
is
you know.
he is defeated at this point.
Yeah, I know, but like, if he's just like on one knee, I'll just finish him off with my final shot. Just
Bro,
get him on the
there's
floor.
not even- there's not even a match going on. There's no spectators.
Holy shit, boo!
Alright. As before you do that, and your choice what you do, but the guy who started the fight stands up from his chair and goes, "Good. Kill him. Kill him now." And, you see this guy kind of look slightly back at him in like a disbelief, but then he steels himself like he's ready to be killed. If you're gonna do it.
Dude.
You've got one shot left from your action surge, so.
Oh, can I do my movement?
Yes, we did forget to do that, so yeah, fuck it, it happens during Luff's turn.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull my bow back and then release, but then nothing comes out. So I've just kind of like done that. And then I'll just be like, nah, I don't really play that way.
And at that point, he just falls over and passes out. Disappointing. But good show. If you want to fight in this arena, though, you do what I say during matches.
That's alright. Don't really plan on coming back here anyway.
That's a shame. Get him to a fucking infirmary. Alright, we're out of combat.
I'll just start doing some stretches. Sort of like, try and stretch the pain out. All the gushing blood.
It's very, very close, that fight. This guy comes down into the arena. How long have you been at the arena? Your choice.
When did the horn go off?
Oh god, when did the horn go off? Give me 1 sec. That went off 7, 14, 21, 22, 23. 39 days ago, over a month ago. God damn.
39 days. Okay, I'd say he's maybe been here like a few days.
Okie doke. Then you'd probably know the guy who's walking over, as well as the guy you just fought. The guy you just fought is named Tharis Kadar. He is a barbarian, if you couldn't tell. And I'll leave it up to you how well you know him, but he seems to be a pretty chill guy overall. In fact, you can roll me an insight check if you want.
Yikes.
But beyond him being pretty chill, you've got no real read on him.
Just chill guy.
This guy walking in is named Ilyas Basara, and he is a brute and a bully. He walks over to the unconscious body of Faris and just grabs him by the neck and just starts dragging him across the sand. What's everyone else doing?
I'll probably just start walking out of the gate, I guess.
Alright.
I'm gonna rage and jump off.
It's not that big of a fall, but okay, you can rage.
Wait,
if you
how
want.
big's the fall?
Like 20 feet.
20 feet's a long way to drop down.
You just roll an acrobatics check to not sprain your ankle, nerd.
Or I can just rage and just step off like it's nothing.
Alright, you shout out in a rageful war cry and then drop 20 feet. Loved as you are starting to walk out of the arena, suddenly you hear "Rah!" and then a tiefling who's the same size as the guy you were just fighting drops down from above and blocks your path.
Sort of be like grabbing my arm, just like still injured, and just be like, oh, fucking hell. Just dealt with the last one.
That was a good fight. And don't mind me, I just wanted to take a shortcut.
Oh, alright. Well, thanks for coming out.
He says angrily.
Sorry, yeah. That was a really good fight. Don't mind me.
I mean, he can drop his rage.
It got me so pumped!
He can drop his rage whenever he wants as well, so...
Can I give Gion and Fienzen a hand down as well?
I mean, Gion's got slow fall, so she can just drop off no problem.
Okay.
And Fienzen's also probably got something like that, I'm pretty sure, because he's... oh no, he doesn't have second story work, because he's not a thief.
I mean, wouldn't his rage drop in 6 seconds anyway if he's not taking any damage?
Yeah,
not
but
taking it?
conversing doesn't take that long. Yeah, you can help Fienzen down. Alright, and then your rage will drop, yeah.
I don't suppose you could bring us in back behind stage so we could have a word with that fellow up top, could you?
Would I be able to? Would I have that type of access?
The doors should be unlocked, so yeah, you can do.
Yeah, the door's unlocked.
Excellent.
By the way, now that you're like up close, or like you're a bit closer to him, you see that Luft isn't just a regular elf. He doesn't have black hair, and he doesn't have like sort of regular, sort of human Caucasian-esque skin. He has very dark blue hair and very, very light blue skin that seems almost translucent and shimmers in the sunlight.
I roll an insight.
Yeah, but I'll tell you now, he's a vampire. He shimmers-
Oh, you also
he
notice
shimmers in
that
the
his
sunlight.
hair, like, even if there isn't a breeze, you notice that his hair is constantly sort of waving in the wind.
Yeah, Genasi shit. Let's go.
Yeah.
But Sorrows, no idea.
Yeah, he wouldn't know what that is.
Neither does Gion.
What that is? Come on, man.
I mean, you didn't know what a fucking halfling is.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one here knows what's up with that shit. Move, puny man, says Elias as he walks past you, Luft. He's still dragging Faris by his foot.
Show a bit of care for him, would you?
As he walks past this corner, Faris's head hits the corner. Not particularly hard, but like, you know.
Fucking asshole.
I'm gonna grab his shoulder.
Alright. He, how tall is, oh no, never mind, he is shorter than you. He's 6 foot tall.
Yeah, I'm 6'7".
Yeah. But he is big.
He said show some care.
Or what?
Or I will not show you the same care when I have to drag you out of here.
Fair enough. He turns around, drops Faris by his foot, and then grabs him by the neck instead. Lifts him up, and then just throws him over one of his shoulders. Better?
I'll, yeah, I didn't expect him to oblige. I'm kind of, huh? Yeah, okay.
He continues to carry him out. Alright, they're eventually going to turn around the corner and disappear. Again, no walls on this map, so I'm just making people disappear as and when.
All right, let's go.
Alright, Luft, you can lead them over to this area over here if you want.
Sorry, I didn't see that. I was still trying to scroll out. Ah, right. Yeah. Alright, follow me. Say, what are you looking to speak to him for anyway?
An alliance of sorts.
Oh, aye. What's that all for then?
I trust you've heard of the events at the palace.
Is that to do with the horn?
Yes.
Ooh. Do you have any idea what's going on with that then?
Oh, I do indeed. You are welcome to join in on the conversation.
I may well just do that. I myself came here in that, well, for that same interest.
By the way, it's worth knowing as you walk past, Luft, you probably already know this, but Sorrows, obviously you clock this. These appear to be cells. Outdoor cells where you'd keep prisoners. You get the impression that not everyone who fights in the fighting pits here necessarily has a choice in the matter. There's currently no one in them, though, but you get the idea of the sort of business that's around here.
May I ask, the cells? I could assume that not everyone here chooses to be here, but are they purchased, or are they criminals?
Which would they be? Would I know?
Roll me a history check, but you only need a 10 or above to know the answer.
Alright. I mean, I probably wouldn't know much anyway, because I wouldn't have been here that long,
That's what I'm
but,
thinking.
I may have just heard.
Yeah. With a 9, I'll say that you definitely know that it's prisoners. You're not sure about slaves.
Well, I know they get a few prisoners in, but I'm not sure about the slaves.
Fair enough. That is comforting.
So, I heard there was a dragon in the palace. Is that right?
You heard correct.
You just kind of like see his eyes just sort of like widen a little bit, but like not in a scared way and just excited. Oh yeah. And what's this dragon like then?
Beautiful.
I bet. I'd love to see a dragon.
Maybe that could be arranged.
Oh, don't get my hopes up. I've literally spent my whole life looking for them.
Well, we aim to free them from the grasp of Arzimor.
You're trying to free them?
This is a conversation that we could have in the palace, potentially. If you have interest.
Oh, I have more than just interest. Some might say it's vested.
Then it is good that fate brought us in each other's paths.
Alright, Archer, says the noble, sat at the end of the table, wearing fine clothing, head wrapped in a turban, a nice oiled beard. He has a glass of wine at the table and seems to have been in the middle of conversing with this guy over here, who you'd also know. In fact, Sorrows, have you been... I can't remember. Sorrows been reasonably traveled? Not really, right?
I mean, ever since slavery, yes, but not beforehand.
Okay.
Mostly such-
You can roll me a history check with disadvantage, DC 10. Luft, you already know. So I'll get onto the information in just a moment.
He did read a lot, though,
Yeah.
so I don't know if I would have.
This history check is more to do with whether you've noticed something while in Oriss, essentially.
Okay.
The face looks familiar, but you can't clock where you recognize that face from in the back there. This guy also is holding a glass of wine and is looking up at this statue, presumably of a famous gladiator. But yeah, the noble kind of greets you in and goes, "Oh, yes, you want your pay, I assume."
That would be nice, yeah, thank you.
He walks over to this box here and takes out a couple of coins and then places them on the table over here. 10 gold. But you said you're not planning on returning, right?
Well, I might, but depends where I get took to next, really. Don't plan on staying anywhere for that long.
Well, of course, the freelancer payment is only 5 gold, and I was hoping to keep you on. So, and he starts to take some of the coins back towards his hand.
Yeah, 5 gold will do me.
Alright. He pockets the other 5. I watched you fight, says this guy walking over. That was good.
Oh, thank you. Been trying to polish up.
It's a natural ability, he says, putting his hands on his hips. Or something a bit more abnormal.
Well, I have spent a lot of my life training too, so there's that.
Fair enough. But you're not sticking around.
Unfortunately not.
That's a shame. I would have liked to have fought you in the arena. I said that you already knew who this guy was. This guy's name is Matteo Azagoshab. I'm going to make the surname visible because I do not expect anyone to ever remember that. And he is a incredibly famous gladiator, especially in the Kingdom of Oriss. So, like, he's kind of the talk of the town, especially amongst the arena.
Maybe one day.
One can only hope, he says with a smile. And what about this riffraff you brought in?
Oh, yeah, my apologies. They stopped me on the way out, said they wanted to request a meeting or something.
Very well. If we have business to discuss, I am all ears. He sits back down in his chair.
May I? Then I'll point at the chair.
Take a seat. Gion will also take a seat. Fienzen will stay standing.
Now, I assume you heard the horn.
Yes, I heard the horn. What of it?
And I also assume that you've heard rumors of goings on in the palace.
Yes, I've heard rumors that a great dragon has made its nest in our little city. It's good for tourism, I suppose.
Well, they're not just rumors.
Pray tell.
And there is more to it. You see, your city has been in an alliance with Aasimar.
Yes.
You have your governor, and then you have the Inquisition pulling their strings. Now, we have arrived to help deal with your Aasimar problem. And while it might not seem like a problem, I can very much assure you it is. They're planning something. And if they are not stopped, the fruition of their plan will spell doom for us all. They intend to enslave everyone with a form of magic. And I don't think I have to tell you how bad for business that would be.
Roll me a persuasion check. What's your source of all of this, tiefling?
First hand. In fact, it's how they enslave dragons. They do not tame them.
dragons.
Those bastards.
And what, you think they plan to enslave all people of all kingdoms?
I have no doubts in my mind. Now, there's not going to be much need in an establishment like this one if everyone is enslaved. There will not be any need for entertainment. There will be no coin to be won. We don't want that to happen. No coin. And I'm gonna look at Mateo. And no glory.
And what do you think we could do to help? Says the host of the arena.
Obviously, you've gained some traction with the authorities, but they are just people doing their jobs. I understand why they feel threatened by us. We have invaded their palace in a sorts after with a dragon, but we do not wish to harm them. They do not deserve such a fate. However, do wish to show the people that we have good intent and spread the message of, well, everything Azamor intend to do to them. You have a way with the people's hearts. You are heroes in their minds. You could be valuable in doing that. But also, you are warriors, and you could be a deterrent as well.
I'm confused, says Mateo. It's, you want to turn the people of the city against Azamor, but Azamor is on the other side of the world. You want to, recruit them to an army to march on Azamor?
Not necessarily march them in Azamor, but to kick Azamor out, and to stop them profiting off of your people. That would be a good start.
What do you mean, Azamor's? Again, other side of an ocean for starters.
Don't think that stops them having their finger in the pie. They have investments in, well, every city, it feels like now. And they're slowly getting them all in a chokehold.
And so what, you want to not reverse. You want Oriss to announce that it won't deal with Azamor anymore.
Yes. Trust me. Dependency on Azamor is the worst thing your people need right now. Better to stand on your own 2 feet and thrive.
Of course, we don't have the ability to do that as a city. The people could revolt, but then the guards will just crack their heads. Oriss belongs to the Kingdom of Oriss, and the Kingdom of Oriss has an allegiance with Azamor. You understand this?
I understand this, but it must start somewhere.
So what
Guards
you want
will
to
not crack your heads if you are united.
So what you want to revolt against the leadership of this city?
Yes. Though we are already talking to the leadership of the city. We have the palace after all. But, like I said, we intend to do this as peacefully as possible. We're trying to save people, not harm them.
Announcing your intentions like that sounds like a surefire way to get, the very least, Azamor to want revenge or something, says Mateo. Possibly even
Azamor are already after us. There is no concern there.
after you.
And they're already after you. They are just playing a very patient game.
As you
Like
say.
I said, enslavement.
As you say, but I see no proof. Your proposal, says Mateo, could cause tensions between Oriss and Oriss. And that would be bad for business.
You want proof? The ensign.
The ensign kind of tilts his head slightly.
Do you mind regaling this man with tales of what Aasimar have done to your home?
There's a cult, the Avantgarde. We believe they have ties to Aasimar, and they seem to be operating in a multitude of different places, including my home of Narsonia. They could even be here.
The ensign is the captain of the guard, from where he hails.
Very well, says this guy. I see your point. It would be bad for business if Aasimar were to invade us. It would be bad for business if Aasimar were to enslave everyone. But of course, to encourage the people to cut ties, we would need a hero, a champion. And that champion would need to be someone that the people could look up to in a public spectacle. Well, the arena could be that public spectacle. Of course, we can host a number of people, and it sounds to me like we've got the perfect attraction as well. Gladiator the Dragon. Think of the profit we could turn.
As well.
Oh, really?
There is a name we wish to be known.
Well, I was thinking Mateo could fight the dragon, but if you have your own gladiator you want to face off against a fiery beast, by all means.
I mean, our dragon is somewhat preoccupied at the moment, nor do we wish to put it in harm's way.
So, what, this dragon of yours is a friend? You don't wish to have it fight in a gladiatorial battle?
It's a beautiful creature, with its own wills and thoughts.
10,000 gold.
We're here for an allegiance, not to sell our dragon for combat.
It would be a gladiatorial battle of legend. Everyone would know the hero who slayed the dragon. Everyone would view them as a hero, and you would have whatever pull you want with the people of this city, and 10,000 gold. It seems like a very reasonable trade to me.
Slaying a dragon is not worth 10,000 gold, especially if this dragon is a friend.
Name your price then.
There is no price you could give.
Then I don't
Though,
see
there
how.
are other deals we could come to.
Like what?
Well, you're trying to run a business, aren't you?
Yes.
War does bring a lot of prisoners.
Go on.
We could supply you with prisoners. Actual criminals, of course. And there are many to be found in Aasimar.
So, you go to war, you win, and then you go through the long judicial process of charging all of these criminals. You find them guilty, and eventually I get prisoners. That seems like a very, very long play. In the meantime, I put my business at risk to publicly declare that we're against Aasimar as a city. I put my gladiators at risk because you want to use them as soldiers.
You know what war also brings? Heroes.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Son of a bitch! What the f-
Do you have any inspiration?
It's a fucking 19. I haven't been given inspiration in so long. No, I don't.
Alright. Just for the record, Luft, you do have 3 points of inspiration if it doesn't say on your character sheet. I'll just make sure it does. It doesn't, you don't have inspiration yet. I'll go ahead and give you some inspiration. Okay. So yeah, yeah, you don't have any, so that's rough, buddy.
The dice hate me. The dice hate me so much.
Well, it's a cute idea. Unfortunately, I'm not sure I'm buying it. I don't see what would be to gain for Aasimar to enslave everyone. After all, Aasimar couldn't have an entire kingdom made of slaves. They just can't. So there's always going to be some people who are free, and those people will have coin. And I imagine when they win, well, I imagine you would make a very good gladiator. He says,
Why would they figure I didn't need to share any coin with you?
because I'm a businessman.
They won't have any need for business if they can enslave the world.
Enslaving the world has no logical end goal. It's no power if you can't enjoy the power. There will be people who will be free.
They will enjoy you, of course. But they won't need to pay you anything.
I think the thing...
They can just command people to fight.
They will need people to find trainers. They will need people to run businesses. You're naive in how you think the world works. I get that you think Aasimar was evil, and maybe you've witnessed things. And he looks over at your wrists. And I have the feeling that you know firsthand some of what Aasimar is capable of. But again, a kingdom filled with slaves benefits no one.
I agree. I think Aasimar is dooming itself by doing this as well.
And I think whatever big picture they may have, you are failing to see. But I can't blame you. You're the sort of man to swing an axe, not read a book.
Do not presume to know me.
I'm a quick study. That's why I'm good at my job. Tell you what, rather than doing this rebellion against Aasimar, why don't you come and work for me? And I could make you a champion of the lands and rich beyond measure. Beyond that, I don't think I can help you.
You seem awfully familiar, and I'm gonna look at Mateo.
He folds his arms. Is that right?
Are you a gladiator?
He nods.
And what do you think of all this?
I think if what you're saying Aasimar gonna do is true, then I think that's bad. I think if Aasimar coming here and they decide to lay siege to the city because you're here, that's bad. I guess where I'm at right now is I'm not convinced that the simplest solution wouldn't just be to have you leave the city. Feels like to me we're only a threat, we're only a target as long as you're here.
I
a target anyway.
So you say.
Mm-hmm. Them dice do be making this hard.
Yep. And that one's really hurting you right now.
And that one's really hurting. The ensign. Any other points you'd like to make? As someone who's seen it firsthand.
Even if Osmo's not the threat, this cult is. And they don't work with armies, they work in the shadows. They, right before I left, they committed a terrorist attack where they blew up a place of business, killed hundreds of people. Just for their own ends of spreading terror. Oh, he didn't have an arena in Nasonia, but, if I was an insane cultist, and I wanted to terrify a city, somewhere like an arena full of people would be a pretty good place to attack.
Can I roll an insight on the main guy?
Or the guy who owns the arena.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
to see how he's reacting, like, or any facial expressions to do with the cult.
Go for it. That was Fienzen rolling his persuasion, by the way. You get the vibe that he is unperturbed by the cult, whether that's because he is familiar with it, or whether because he doesn't believe in it, or because he just thinks that he's above it, is unclear.
It should be said as well that this cult work along with Dusk. So this goes beyond just nations.
Sound like you were going to say something, Alex?
No, I've decided not to.
Okay. Well, then it sounds like, says the owner. Sounds like our problem is with a cult, not Azamor. And while I get your point, Sir Terral, that a cult could target my arena, I refuse to live in fear. So, I really don't see how we can help each other. Unless, of course, you wanted to come work for me, he says, turning back to you, Soros, or sell me your dragon.
I assume your coin normally works with people.
It does.
Your greed will be your undoing.
And your foolhardiness will be yours.
I'm merely trying to protect you all. I
You know-
understand it's a lot to swallow.
You know, there's one thing I always say to little weedy lads who come here and start fighting in the gladiatorial rings. Try not to pick a fight you can't win.
We do okay.
Well, have a wonderful rest of your day, he says, and he sips his wine. If you want, you can all roll me another insight check for Luft and everyone. Well, Cyrus can also roll an insight check. Oof. Another
Bro,
two.
how many
as well.
twos are there? Can you do in the stat check after? Can you
Yeah.
look at how many twos
I will
we've
be able
got?
to do that.
I'm gonna roll inspiration.
Alright.
Damn.
You get the
That's
sense
better.
that Mateo is on the fence. Like, he could be swayed. Maybe not in this room, but, like, you get the sense that he is, like, not beyond the point of being able to persuade here. But the owner is like, yeah, that one beefed it hard. Also with that 17, I'll say that there's probably some other people at the arena who might also be willing to, like the actual gladiators themselves might be willing to work with y'all. So basically, not all hope is lost, but you're probably just not getting the arena as a whole on your side.
Okay. I'm just alright. I'm just gonna stand up and say, all right. Well, I don't do well when it comes to politics, so I'm gonna go wait outside. Mateo, would you mind just having a word with me afterwards? Just gladiator to gladiator. Just want some advice.
Certainly, says Mateo. Also, 8 twos have been rolled so far.
Oof.
Alright, Mateo will squeeze past Sorrows and walk outside.
That kind of looks like Jesus.
If you say so. You look like shit, by the way, he says to you as you walk outside.
Oh, not gonna lie, I feel it.
Yeah, he's going to toss you a potion of healing, and if you choose to drink it now, you will recover 10 hit points.
Cool. Well, don't know about you, but a lot of that went over my head.
Well, it seems like the tiefling there, he says as the tiefling walks by, is one of those whole save the world sort of fellas. They're always righteous, those lot. They always think that whatever problem they've perceived is the biggest problem that the world has ever known. Problem is, they're not
gotta
always
admit-
wrong.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. I just feel conflicted. I kind of admire them. Going after something that hard and fast for so long. You know, this is a war they're talking about.
He nods.
And they're just willing to say fuck the consequences and just go for it anyway.
Yeah. It either means they got nothing to lose, or they truly believe that inaction is worse.
I've not told anyone this since I came here, but I don't know, you seem... You've been around. That's what I'm trying to say.
He nods.
I had a bit of a happening a few months ago now. Came across this cave. Had a weird glowing thing in the middle, so you know, the curiosity got the best of me and I picked it up. Well, ended up burning this into my hand. And I'll sort of like turn my hand over and show like a rune that has been like burned into the palm of my hand. I saw things when I picked it up. I heard things, voices, screaming. I saw dragons, bound, enslaved, and then free. Or the other way, or all at once. I couldn't tell. Couldn't make out what there was saying at first. It was just a chanting over and over. But I finally heard it. It was in Draconic. Didn't know Draconic before. It said help. And I heard the horn that came off over here.
He strokes his beard as you're telling the story. And you came running.
I've spent my whole life looking after dragons. Or looking for them. I've read every book I could get my hands on. I've tried to learn everything possible from everyone possible. I've said all my life that when I grow up, I'm gonna save the world on my dragon. And now, after thinking I was crazy for so long, I come here and I find out they've got a dragon in a palace and that they're trying to save the world. Well, is it coincidence or I don't really know what I'm supposed to believe. And as you said, they're not always wrong. And if this is not just all one big coincidence, then maybe in this circumstance they're not.
You're saying you believe them.
As I said in there, I don't do well with politics, but yeah, I do.
You know, there's a lot of stories out there in the world. Weird magical artifacts and heroes being called on an adventure. I think fate may have brought you here.
I keep having the argument in my head. I want to believe it, but I've spent so long looking for it that I can't believe it's just fallen into my lap.
That's often the way of it.
I mean, still haven't seen the dragon yet. Could all be lies. Could just be mistaken. They might not be the people I think they are, but no, I think they are. I think they could do a lot of good, and if what they were saying in there is anything to go by, then perhaps they could use some help. At the end of the day, whoever is running this place isn't really going to matter. At least that's what it all comes down to. Nobody cares who actually owns it, just as long as their own businesses continue their own day-to-day. So why not fight? Why not fight for something better?
Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check.
Inspiration?
Go for it.
Ah,
God damn, you get nothing. You get nothing for
Yeah.
your persuasion?
nope.
Oof.
I can't burn another inspiration, can
Nope.
I?
Nope.
Shit.
I'm not convinced just yet, but I also don't think he's right. He adjusts his head towards the office. It sounds like you've accepted the call to adventure, he says, and he puts a hand on your shoulder. But in every story, there's also the one who rejects the call. Maybe that's me.
I'll put my hand on his shoulder and say, and the one who rejects a call often comes down to save the one who accepted it down the line, so I'll hang on for you.
He nods. You are a mighty warrior. I'd go run after them, he says, jutting his head towards the others who've walked out.
Oh, don't you worry, I'm off to see a dragon.
But, if they are telling the truth, come find me.
I will. I hope they are.
Best of luck, friend. He offers out his hand, doing like gladiator handshake.
Yeah, I'll do it back. Dylan, you son of a bitch.
Alrighty. And then do you
No,
do the
I
Bilbo
will
Baggins? I'm going on an adventure run.
Yeah.
backwards to catch up with you.
Yep.
By the way, real quick. Never mind. I misread your message. I was trying to find something that wasn't what it was called, and then I was like, real quick, did you type it to me wrong? But it's because I read it wrong. So I'm just dumb. It's fine.
I don't know why it seems to have such a hard time pulling things through recently.
I'm not sure. Oh, Tactical Mind, to be fair, didn't pull over because it doesn't appear to exist in Foundry for some reason, which if it didn't exist, it would normally create it, but yeah, alright, I'll quickly make it myself. Everything else I've manually brought over there.
Nice, thank you.
There you go. Tactical Mind is now also on your character sheet. Alright, you run after the group. What happens when you catch up to them? Probably on the street by that point.
I'll probably just sort of be shouting as I run out, like, hey, wait.
Hey, wait! Listen!
Jesus Christ.
Hey, look, listen.
I assume that's
It just reminds me of the, yeah.
Hmm?
Oh, I thought you may have gotten ahead of me too far then. So, I've been doing a bit of thinking, and I thought I'd offer to lend my hand.
Yes. I said you could see the dragon, didn't I?
Yeah. Wasn't gonna pass that up.
What did you think of our conversation?
I don't know about any of that big picture stuff, but I want to free the dragons, and you seem to be the ones doing that. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. You seem like the ones that'll get me to my goal. And also, you seem like you're doing it for the right reasons, so may as well do some good along the way.
Very well. In that case, my name is Arliss Sorrows. I'll offer out a hand.
Lufthaven. And I'll
This
shake
here-
it.
Oh, sorry. What were you gonna say?
Just said I'll shake it.
Ah, okay. This here is Gion, and this is the ensign.
Pleasure.
And pleasure to make your acquaintance, says Gion, and she offers out her hand.
I shall shake.
Alright, I get to do my shenanigans. Fun fact, I rolled a nat 1 with Moog earlier. So she
Oh,
gets
damn.
0 read on Moog whatsoever. It's probably because of the fever.
That and the milking. You know how it is.
Yeah, all she knows is that you're into some freaky fucking shit. That's all she knows about Moog.
She saw the milking and went, that can't possibly be true.
Yeah, and then disregarded everything else she saw.
Yeah.
Well, all I'm saying is this is a very inaccurate summary of Morg.
Alright.
Not even there to defend himself.
Whereabouts is the rune on Luft?
The what? Sorry, the rune.
The rune scar, yeah.
It's on his, like, the palm of his right hand, the same hand that he wears his ring.
Excellent, and I assume you probably go to shake with your right hand.
Yep.
Yeah, as soon as she touches the palm of your hand, she like lashes her hand out in a recoil.
You're right.
I'll put a hand on her shoulder.
I didn't mean to do anything, I swear.
No, you're okay. That was just You said you wanted to free dragons?
What did you say, sorry?
You said you wanted to free dragons?
Yeah. That's right. Why?
No kidding, she says. She just looks to Sorrows, and she gives you a look, which at this point, Sorrows, you're pretty good at reading her expressions. Her expression is like, that was fucking weird, but also, you can trust him. She might expand on that later, but probably not in front of Luft just yet.
Yeah, I'll give her a quizzical, but okay. And then are you harmed?
She shakes her head. Just a headache.
Just to double check, I'll like lightly take a hand, and obviously as someone who has fucking weird shit going on with their hand as well, I'm gonna be careful, make sure she hasn't got any weird shit going on with hers now.
She's got no weird shit going on with hers.
Cool.
What,
Sexually transmuted. Fucking rune.
No, essentially she's managed to just see every vision that Luft saw. But, like, I'm assuming when you grabbed it, either, like, time essentially stopped for you, or, like, you were there for a while. She got it in the fraction of a second, so just her brain's just kind of, like, going... Like,
Yeah, it was pretty much like that for Luft as well. It was, like, literally over in a split second, but, like, for him it felt like forever.
Yeah. So that's all that's just happened to her. The downside to her freaky ability that she has is sometimes it freaks back.
She may also not have. She probably, unless she speaks Draconic, she probably wouldn't have understood anything either. Because
She does not speak.
I only understood it after touching the rune. So unless it's
No, she does not speak Draconic. So all she saw was like the visual visions and a bunch of verbal
Hmm.
nonsense. But either way, she got the intention. Fienza, meanwhile, just looks at the whole group, and she goes, "I'm sure you'll excuse me if I don't shake your hand."
Yeah, no offense taken. Maybe another time when we know I'm not going to explode you or something.
I'm assuming you're like walking and talking as this is going at this point, so he like stops
Yeah.
walking and just goes, That's a possibility.
Well, I can make my arrows explode through magic, so if I didn't know how I just hurt Gion there, who knows what might happen. Hopefully not, though.
Oh.
Oh.
We lost Tommy briefly. Duly noted, he says, and he will continue walking.
What did I miss then?
Nothing much. Just
Okay.
Alex basically saying that he didn't know how he hurt Gion, but he knows he can explode his arrows, therefore he, wasn't 100% sure he wouldn't hurt anyone else, and at the end of it, he went, duly noted, and continued walking. Alright.
Cool.
By the way, Luft, I've given you XP for defeating that other gladiator.
Hey, very nice, thank you.
You're now on 25,700.
Ooh, very nice.
Which is not the top of the pack, but it's also not the bottom of the pack either. You've actually overtaken Tommy.
Yeah, by quite a bit.
Not a huge amount.
Oh, damn.
1,000.
It's more than 1,000.
Yeah, it's 1,400, but I mean, Agis, I think, is the one leading the pack at the moment. Agis is leading the pack by 40 XP, followed by Moog.
Hey.
I don't know how Moog got so much XP so quickly, but he did, so.
Cheating my way through.
Yeah. Alrighty, what do you guys do now? Do you head back to the palace, or do you want to do something else first?
I'll probably talk to Gion and then walk over.
Okay. Do you want to do that when your face is in front of the microphone rather than underneath your desk?
I've lost my filter. I need to find that. I don't know where the fuck it is.
These fucking smokers, man.
Not that kind of filter. The mic-
Anyone got a spare Rizzler?
I don't
Hang on, I'll be right back.
Alright.
Goes. Where the fuck did it go?
In the meantime, Agis and Moog, what did you do after leaving the Mages Academy?
I would have went back. I ain't fucking around with no nerds.
Okay.
Yeah, probably just go back, see if Kytheria was up to something, get up to date and shit.
Kytheria was out in the city doing her own thing, so we'll find out what happened with Kytheria later. I could roll for that now, actually.
Let's hope at least one of us was successful.
I mean, I would argue that Gladiator Gang was semi-successful. Alright, yeah, I'll roll for Kytheria real quick. Hey, Kytheria is pretty successful. Kytheria may have rolled a nat 20.
Hell yeah.
Wait, what? She rolled a nat 20?
Yeah, on her investigation to try and find out who else we can approach to talk to.
She found fucking Zebuth and convinced him, damn.
Alright. Yes, she'll be back at the palace by the time Agis and Moog get back. Do you want to go talk to her?
Sure.
Yep.
Alrighty. How'd it go? She says as you walk over.
Kind of a bust.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah. How did you feel?
Pretty good. Spoke to a couple of people, got some rumors going around. People to potentially look at and people to potentially avoid.
Okay.
There's the Caravan Guard, first of all. They are people who, bring goods and food and such like from the cities, traveling around the kingdom. They're currently a huge contingent of them are here. If they stay here during the siege, they're going to lose out on business. But if we encourage them to stay, long term, that's better for them. They've also got plenty of fighters, not a huge number, but, you know, maybe 50 trained fighters good at particularly, you know, traveling and surviving on few resources. Heard stories of a monk who's supposed to kind of protect people out here. He's kind of considered like a local hero. Whoever's pressing something right now is breaking stuff. Not breaking stuff, but causing an error message to pop up. And I don't know why.
Don't know who that could have been.
Yeah, it was you because I saw you moving around, but I don't know what you actually did to cause it.
It moved off the map.
Yeah, his name
Some
is
sort of
Tarek Dustvein.
History?
You can roll a history check. Yeah, you've overheard people mention that name while you've been in Oriss. He is known for literally just being a chill guy who helps out the downtrodden. He gets them food, gets them shelter, and then if he comes across gang members targeting someone, he fucking goes ham with them.
Does he happen to be blind?
He is not blind, no.
Oh.
You also hear about she mentions that she knows there's an assassin who operates in the city, but doesn't know much about them. There's a adventurer here who's kind of a scholar and just kind of wanders around, learning things and writing stuff in his books and trying to have epic adventures by the name of Jackson Tideborn. He's a sole adventurer, but potentially someone you could recruit. There is a knight by the name of Omar Sarif, who has left his knightly code behind because he believed it stifled him, and instead, again, also is one of the people who looks after them. And then there are some people to avoid, including a poisoner who operates within the city. Again, doesn't know their identity, but knows that there is a poisoner who operates. And a woman by the name of Sabine Circe, who lives at the Ziria Aetherum, which is the academy. And she has been recruiting
The Mages Academy.
Mm-hmm. And she's been recruiting some adventurers to try and find some ancient artifacts for her. And finally, there is the main gang that's now left outside of the Thieves Guild, is one ran by a thief by the name of Jamshid Azrarin, who is known for being an incredibly brutal gangster who will step over anyone to get what he wants.
Okay.
So we could potentially target some other people to avoid to win over the people, right?
Potentially. Or you could try and turn them to you, but then obviously they might betray you down the line.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like a good idea.
Well, either way, that's more avenues we can explore.
The final thing that Kypheria shares with you is that one of the things she learnt from the Mages Academy is that, or that she overheard about the Mages Academy, I should say, is that while there is this person who's been hiring archaeologists to find ancient artifacts, there is another person at the Mages Academy who seems to be actively trying to stop that. And the archaeologists apparently recently found at least one item that they brought to her, which I'm going to have you roll a history check with advantage. Moog can also roll a history check, but if you can come up with a reason why you think you should have advantage, I'll give it to you. God fucking damn it. That's not great, but okay. She mentions the name of the book, though. It's called The Demonomicon of Igwilv.
Okay. And that was the person that
who was hiring
Hey.
the archaeologist, has had this book brought to her.
Right, okay. Interesting.
Yeah, Moog, you can also roll a history check.
I mean, 14's still okay.
Samo, are you like alive?
Yeah, sorry. Sorry, what?
You can roll a history check, bud.
Oh, yeah. Wait.
Samo has literally been just living through a fever dream this entire session.
Quite literally.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Also
salute this
14.
man.
You've both heard of the book before. It's a Demonomicon, which is a book on demons, but beyond that, you don't know much about it, other than supposedly it was lost. And maybe for good reason.
Well, we'll wait for the others and see what more avenues we can take.
Alrighty. Yeah, you said you wanted to talk to Gion on the walk back, Saros?
Yeah. So, you say we can trust him?
She nods.
What did you see?
I saw him having some sort of vision. He saw the dragons enslaved and he felt sorrow. She says, looking back at him, in this scene, you're like a little bit ahead of them, and Luft and Vienzen are walking together, and then you two are walking ahead a little bit.
He may be the kind of person we need. I'll take what I can get. I'm starting to think we might be alone in this.
The idea of trying to speak to the people, trying to get them to rally behind Celeste. It's not a bad idea, it's just high risk.
What if they're right, though? What if we just stir in the pot? What if everything would be fine if we just let things take their course?
Worst case scenario, we tell the people and they don't believe us. Maybe they become hostile and we have to escape. It's not exactly the first time we've had to run away.
I can't say I'm sure what the right move is anymore. I'm not even sure if we're the good guys in all of this anymore. Would that you could see the future.
Don't we have someone who can?
I'm gonna stop walking. I'm gonna grab her by the arms and say, "You're a genius." Give her a big old kiss.
She seems more startled than anything, but she will kiss back.
Soros is still forgetting that he's currently asleep in my bed.
I'm gonna just start sprinting to the market.
Okay, she looks back at Fienzen and Luft and just kind of gives a kind of like, I don't fucking know what just happened, and then we'll run after you.
Yeah, I want to go to the market and I want to try and buy some kind of smelling salts.
Okay, sure, two silver.
All right, deal.
I'll add some smelling salts to your inventory real quick. All right.
And then head back to the palace.
And I think we'll probably have to end it there and find out whether smelling salts is enough to wake up Dai.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, we're first time. What's everyone's bets? Do you think it'll work?
No, but I reckon smacking him around the face a few times might.
I was gonna say.
Even if it doesn't, we'll get some joy out of it.
You should fucking hope it works.
You've
'Cause
got-
I'm not stopping there.
You've got no reason to dislike Dai anymore. This is the downside of you not playing the Ruined anymore. Is you've got no negative perceptions
time.
on him yet. Oh yeah,
Give
give
it
it
time.
time. But like right
Dai
now,
is a
Jeez.
relative. Dai is just an unlikable person, so I'm sure it will
but
happen
right now he's
eventually.
unconscious, so therefore you have no reason to dislike him.
Yeah, right now Lift is gonna walk into the room and be like, "Oh man, poor blind old man."
Poor blind old. He's not that old, is he?
He's like 50-ish, I think, off the top of my head.
Okay.
Damn, poor ancient old man.
Age.
On his deathbed, quite literally.
Anyways, that's probably where we're going to end it for today. Thank you everyone for playing. Thank you everyone for watching. Good for next week.
Yeah.
Cool. Alrighty, we'll see you next week then. Take care everyone. Bye.
Hey.
Goodbye.